And we locked in another season of Talking Noise podcast. Season 6, man. It's been a long journey, man. What's up, Harper?
6 already. What's up, man? When we
Not
start this,
much.
2020?
It's been a while. I
Was
still
it
remember when they
2019?
was trying to tell us to trade for Harden. That's how long ago it was. Harden was
No, no,
like,
no. They can't play together.
yeah, they can't play together. They need to break them up. Who y'all going to get? Y'all failures. The windows closed, et cetera, et cetera. But that's no here, no there. I mean, how you feeling about this season? Is it like a shocker, or what? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, we got to start with Jalen Brown. I mean, that's more the shock. That's the the X factor here for this.
Yes,
He just took
yes.
his game to another level, man. I know we've even gone back and forth about his status in the league and is he a perennial all NBA talent, not just is he, because I mean he's been an all NBA player, but is he a all NBA player every year? He should be. I think so. We have agreed on that. But
Correct.
now he's pushing himself into legendary status when you talk about first team all NBAs, and that's a feat even a lot of Hall of Fame players have never been. So if he can keep that push and get a good MVP finish, man, I mean, he's really leading the team, man. I think even on this podcast, we've talked before about just how we were wanting one of our two stars to really step up into a leadership role. I think when Ime was here, if you remember, it was a big struggle on, hey, I want a captain. I think
Yeah.
it hadn't been a captain since Rondo. And he was looking, and neither one of them wanted it. It was weird. So I think we ended up not having a captain, and it was
I
some
think they,
comments.
I think they took it after he left. Like Jalen
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah,
took
yeah,
on that
yeah,
after he left and kind of took initiative. And I
yeah.
think
Jalen did.
2022 kind of when they lost in the finals, I think that kind of weighed on them a lot. And then now it was just like, all right, we got to get it done because the noise is still there, which is always going to be there. We didn't hear nothing about Luka and Kyrie breaking up. We didn't hear nothing about PJ and Kawhi failing and all these other guys. But it's just these two guys in Boston. That's when everybody got to say, can they play together? They need some help. They need this, all this other stuff. And Kate up, don't be sitting behind closed doors smiling, listening to this, all right?
What's up,
So,
man?
because I know you got a lot to say. We just went ahead and get started and talk about the greatest team in the East, the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean,
Hey,
showing
no.
up this year and he's doing his thing and he's playing really, really well. I mean, I didn't believe that we would be relevant. Not gonna lie, I didn't believe that we would be in contentions to be top three in the East. I didn't have us. Yes, Jalen, you called me out. I didn't think we were gonna win over 35 games, uh, but they showed me something that now this team actually buying into the system. The system is set for the Celtics as Missoula ball is what they call it. And he's getting the best out of each player each night, any given night. And you never know who's going to step up, who's going to shine, and things like this. So, shout out to Jalen. Shout out to him. Should be top three in the MVP voting.
Play of the month.
Uh, should have been player of the month. Then he comes out and dropped 50 on Kawhi and the Clippers, who was on a winning streak, who was the best,
And guarded Kawhi.
and guarded Kawhi, and who were the best defensive team in that 8-game winning streak they
Former
were on.
Spur.
So shout out to the Celtics and anything. Kate, Happy New Year to you, man. Welcome to the pod.
Mhm. How's it going? How's it going? Happy New Year! Happy New Year! You know, like I said, put some respect on that man, Jalen Brown's name. He got every right to talk. I mean, I see that dig you gave at Kawhi, 34-year-old Kawhi. Calm down. Look. And let's not act like all right. But like I said, he did a
I
good
mean, the
job.
Great Ball still win championships at 34. I mean,
You're right. Like I said, it was a good
You
game.
know,
Like I said, like
Tim
Kawhi been
Duncan won
doing.
at 34, didn't
Kawhi,
he?
Kawhi been like I said, what Jalen Brown is doing now, Kawhi been doing for a long time. So, you know, hey,
I
welcome to
give
the
you that
party. Yeah,
Uh,
only Kawhi been doing that for a long time. Calm down.
I
consistently, but he has been
Defensively,
doing it for a long time. Yeah.
offensive, but
Kawhi career is off 2 years, maybe 2.5. That's Kawhi's career.
it's the greatest. A, it's the greatest run. At
So
the end of the day, he pulled
that's all I can
at the
say.
at the end of the day, what Kawhi will be remembered for is the same reason why like Dion was remembered for. He came in, he did what he's supposed to do, and he left. That's kind of like the same thing. Like he showed it. Look, you just never seen him done before. But no, real talk. Like I had you
And
like,
hold on, and he
huh?
planted trees wherever he went.
All
You
right,
see what I'm
you
saying?
guys got the. Ah, you're hilarious. That's funny. Good one. That was a good one.
That's his
But
thing.
but back to your boy Jalen. Like this is one of the people where it's like he's backing up everything he's talking. He's streaming a lot more. He's putting himself out there. You know, he's popping his shit and he's backing it up every time he steps on that court. And you can't. And one thing I really got to commend him is that it's really him because I mean, if you're just looking, like I said, you're looking at the team, even the guys that's rolling with him, the continued players. I've said it before. I feel like Pritchard and White, they're kind of doing the same shit that they did last year. They haven't really stepped up crazy. I mean, if you look at some of the stats, it's maybe like 2 points more for each, like a assist more and things like that. But it hasn't been like a jump. So I really, like I said, it's really Jalen Brown. I'm definitely. I think it goes to show like on some of these other teams, it looks bad for these teams, like the Knicks. Like the fact that the Knicks have not, they're coming in with the same consistent team. They're not even running away with it. Um, I mean myself, I thought Boston would be maybe 7, 8 seed playing team, but to be a 2 seed, it's going to be scary. I mean, like I said, Jalen, this is just pretty much they took the straps off him and just let him run and do him. Um, I low key wish, but also I felt like it would have been better if you guys would have like been lower. Maybe you would have got a top pick next year. But
That's what I was thinking. But
yeah, on that
It was
part. But
talked
like
about.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think for y'all, like I said, this is a good run. Just let it play out. You don't need to rush Tatum back. I keep hearing these things. I hate these whispers. Just he's dunking again. He's this. I'm like, bro, just give him the whole off season. He needs a whole off season, get back to his confidence
that's
and things
just to
like that.
get you excited, man.
Yeah. Now, the question I ask for you guys, as Celtics fan, do we have a
Oh,
situation here, a passing of the guard like Danny Granger to Paul George here? Is that something that we have? Where it's like, hey, this is we're gonna let him be the number one.
You mean
Danny
Granger?
Green. You could
Yeah,
have
yeah,
did
Danny.
better than that. I get what you're saying, but you could have did better than that.
Granger was on a run at the time. Granger was the dog, was the head lead dog at the time, and
Yeah.
then but he
Yeah,
came back.
but he ain't going to no finals.
Just, I mean, what other comparisons I can make? I mean, like I
Nah,
said,
I got the comparison.
yeah,
You might be. I might agree with you because it's no guarantee what Tatum gonna look like. I mean, I don't think he's probably gonna be 100% ever what he was. I mean, it's
yeah.
unlikely. So yeah, if now they switch roles and now Tatum is your high level two and Brown is your one, yeah,
Or would you say
I
best
mean,
team
I
in
I
don't
the
think
think
year?
you can
it's.
even do
I don't think it was never. Uh, I think it was always 1A, 1B in our situation. But now the good thing about it is Jalen has elevated his game to where he can be a number one, and now Tatum only got to come back and just be serviceable. And all right, if he's scoring 25, that's great. If he killing, that's even better. But don't worry about it. Jalen can hold it down and play with these guys, and kind of get you over the hump if need be. He's showing you that. I think you still play off of that, but also fit him in whenever he can be. I don't know if you start him right away. I think you just come in and just kind of get acclimated with, the Boston, these new guys and things like that, and then you get kicking into a different gear. And let, especially if he come back this year, Tatum don't have to be the all NBA guy we need him right now. We can wait until next year and have a whole summer to get him
Mhm.
back up to that speed. This year, just come in, play good basketball, and be you. and fit in where you think we need you tonight. If we need you to, to throw 13 assists, throw 13 assists. If we need you to hit six threes, hit six threes. If we need you to give us just one last like four threes like you did in the Sixers game six, then just do that. But I don't think he got to come back and be like this all killer because we got one right now.
I think, to be honest, he'll and KW, you can understand this. I think he'll play a Wimby role, like when Wimby been coming back from injury, like probably 25 minutes at most, 20 minutes. If
Okay.
you're playing well, stay them last five for the fourth and finish the game. But
Okay. Now, like I said, because I was gonna say, if there was another uh comparison, I was gonna say was maybe D Rose and Jimmy Butler. But I think at that time that was a little different, where I think they were still pushing D Rose like he's the guy, but Jimmy Butler was already on his way. Like he was kind of like we're there. We just didn't see. We I think we just had that belief that D Rose would get back to where he was, and but Jimmy Butler was still there carrying the
I,
team. So,
I don't know. I don't. It's always this divide with these two. With this, where like kind of like with Derek. Like I understand what both of y'all saying. Like Derek kind of more saying they have always been in more of a role where like it's you, me. You know.
mm-hmm,
Now, what you're saying, K Dub, more as far as the offense go through Tatum, especially at the
mm-hmm,
end of the game. Will it now go through Jalen
mm-hmm,
more? And I mean, yeah, definitely this season. Like it
yeah.
would definitely be going through his hands this year. So
No, I just want to because I just want to. Like I said, it's we'll see when it comes to time, but I think really it's just gonna come down to ego, like because at that point it's just like, can you really tell Jalen anything? Like at this point, he's just like, yo, I kept this team at this level when you wasn't even here, and what did I do to his confidence? Because it kind of maybe be like if you say Scottie Pippen, like he's like, hey, I was able
the
to still
year
keep this
without
team.
Mike, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I was.
what happened.
Yeah, I'm still. This team is still competitive. We still at the
I don't
top.
think
We
that's
did.
like that. I don't think their relationship
Hmm.
everybody talks about their relationship, and I think they know their relationship and they know how it works. And I think everybody wants to put them against each other and all of this. They've been doing that for years since they started playing with each other and had so much success early. And I think they found the way to kill the noise, get to the championship, and finally win, and then get back to playing Celtics basketball. They know the bigger picture, and I think they buying into that idea of the bigger picture. How do we get there? How can we win? How can we get a four-game series back in the finals? And I
Yeah.
think that's what their mission is and what they want to do right now. Their career, I mean, you could say they did what they wanted to do. They accomplished what they want to do. Now it's how can we get back there? And how bad do you want it? I think they want it bad enough.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
think last year kind of stunk almost. You up
Mhm.
two games, game one, game two, 20-point leagues, and you lose that, and then you put yourself behind the gun, and then you lose your star with an Achilles injury. You got to be thinking about this. And I think now when you go down with that injury,
Well,
that's the blink. That's a blink of an eye and say, all right, I could lose this thing all right now, and hopefully
see,
Tatum
something we
went
forgetting
through that.
about last year, even outside of Drew's hurt, KP. I don't know what's wrong with Porzingis even this season.
He was sick.
But Jalen got surgery this off season too. Like his hamstring was bothering him a lot of the season too. And I think, especially the way he looked this year, I mean, he looked 10 times better than he did most of the season last year from the beginning of this year. So a lot of them guys was banged up. I mean, they didn't play a lot of basketball in the last few seasons.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I would like to see us one day with them two, with like a, we won't have Chris Paul, but like a Chris Paul level passer, like a guy that really know how to get them in their spots. Like, hey, y'all run the sets, I will decide who gets what shot. You know, somebody that they were respecting enough. I think both of them, because they say so good in the mid range. I mean, you can run a triangle offense with the way they can really play, but it ain't a lot of point guards. I think they could really do that.
Mhm.
I would like to see that one day though.
Well, Trey Young, come on.
So, question to you
But I'll
guys.
take Zubac.
So, how far, just how y'all been? How far do you think you guys are going? Do you guys think y'all can come out the East this year? Because I mean, do y'all really? I mean, like I said, to be honest with you, the East is up for grabs. There's,
I mean,
I mean,
of course,
East
I
and
think we could get
West.
out the East. I mean, we didn't beat all the teams multiple
so do
times. We didn't beat Detroit twice.
so.
I think we
We
can.
didn't beat the
The,
Knicks
the
a few
thing the thing about it
times.
is how
Uh,
much of the others will help with JB. Not saying Tatum's back yet, and if he don't come back, we don't know. What they saying, but we don't know. But how much of the others? What are
if
you
he
gonna get
do
from
come
Derek
back,
White? What
how
if you gonna
effective
get
will
from?
he be?
Yeah, what you gonna get from Derek White? What are you gonna get from Pritchard? Who on the bench? Wash. Garza. Some of these guys that haven't been in this role of all right. I gotta play real minutes in the playoffs. How they gonna look? This is new guys coming into new roles on a championship team. And so how are they going to look? So I think that's will be the factor for me and see how much can we get from those guys. I think Jalen a lead, but how much would it lead? Would it look like Game 6 in New York when we ended it and it got blew out, or would it look like Game 5 when we extended it and people stepping up in different roles? So we'll see. But enough basketball. We here for football, people. I mean, a lot of coaches got fired. Falcons coach, Browns coach, Cardinals coach, Giants coach, Raiders coach, Titans coach, and the big one, the Ravens coach, getting fired down in Baltimore. Was that a shocker to y'all that Harbaugh got let go, or was it time?
I think honestly, so with coaches nowadays, I think success is the first part. Being competitive just as a team. I think also then making the playoffs. I think with Harbaugh, he is pretty much being examined and reviewed off another scale. He's one of those top teams that every year they come in, they're picked to be a division winner and expected to come out, make a Super Bowl run, things of that nature. And honestly, it gets to the point. Like I said, and I can't put it on him. Like the Ravens. If you look at their losses the last 3 years, these were due to a fumble by Flowers by Zay. This was due to a drop by Andrews, and then also a missed field goal by the rookie kicker. So it's like these
That's
things
it.
are. These are no, like I said, these are the things that's happened like recent memory. But I like these ain't. I don't think these come to coaching. These are just players that are not making plays. But
He's saying you forgot to
it,
mention one guy.
who? Lamar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even put that on Lamar. Lamar did his part. He put the ball in the receiver's hands. You're supposed to catch it. You get the ball down. You get the ball down the field. The kicker's supposed to make the kick. Like I don't know what else to tell you. You've seen the play. Like I said, those 3 plays where Lamar did his part. He threw the
Picked
ball.
up 11 completions in the football game.
Like I said, but did you watch the game? Like I said, Lamar showed why he's Lamar. Like he got back in
He
his
had some
bag.
splash plays, but to be honest, they were in this position. And I
Hmm.
mean, no fault to his necessarily, but because he was hurt for a lot of the year.
Yeah,
A lot of the year when he played, he looked hurt. But I mean, you're right. Harbaugh, with
yeah.
the team that you've had, the individual success that you've had with players on that team, they should
Hmm.
have gone farther than they have in the last 2, 3 seasons. So
That's what it is. They should have just got over the hump, and like I said, he's not meant to like them winning 12 games. That's a great season, but and it gets to a certain point, it gets redundant. I understand maybe they just need to change, and also it seems like he's been there for so long. I feel like when a coach wins a Super Bowl, it definitely awards him like 3 to 4 years at least with the
at
team, and then
least
also, yeah, then another coaching opportunity. I think that that's ran its course. I think that maybe they just need a new voice in that locker room, somebody who appeals to them, and also, like I said, the defense was not a par, and then he's made some speculative like decisions lately, like pretty much him not running the ball. If Lamar's hurt. You have a running back like Derrick Henry that you guys have paid. You guys need to let him run the ball. And I don't. And those are just decisions that he's not making. And then also, it seems like I think his pull for power when the ownership was telling him about changing the offensive coordinator, he didn't like that, and that seemed like the first sign of like change of guard. And I think he didn't like that. And he's like, if you guys don't trust my decision making, then maybe you don't want me as a head coach. And he felt like he deserved that right. And he does. And he does deserve that right. But maybe with another team, he'll get that. He'll be awarded that. But sometimes it's just time for a change of pace because the Ravens. Because actually, this is a team where this is the first time. No Mahomes. Mahomes ain't blocking. He ain't stopping. He ain't stopping you guys. From making it to the Super Bowl. So maybe they feel like the change is not. Mahomes not going to be there next season. Maybe a new coach can lead them past that threshold. So understand.
Yeah, I kind of feel too like it might be some more coaches fired, like
Tomlin.
yeah, or I always forget my man in Buffalo coach. What's his name? How you say his name?
Uh, I forgot his name.
The
I'll
Panthers
get it for you.
coordinator, him.
I'll get it for
But
you.
if they don't make no noise this year, he might be on the hot seat. I mean, he's already on the hot seat, but I mean, it's time for Buffalo. I know their team probably ain't as
Sean
good as it's
McDermott.
been. McDermott, yeah. Their team ain't as good as it's been the last few years, but I mean, no Lamar, no Mahomes. A lot of your big hitter threats that's been taking you out of the playoffs are gone. So, you know, it ain't gonna be a good look. He lose to who do they play this week? The Chargers.
No, they play the Jags.
They play the Jags. Who plays Chargers?
My Patriots. Don't forget
They
that, brother.
okay. That's the matchup. So like past that round, you lose to what a second year Drake made. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. Even though the Patriots probably have a better team, still not a good look.
First, somewhat, somewhat second, somewhat first,
Yeah.
because he came in like mid-season, which I think you could have started the guy. But we understand coaches got their things, what they want to do with these coaches, or with these players. But yeah, was it shocker? I guess a little bit. It's big news, big name. Um, was it time? I think it was time. I didn't know the Ravens only had like three coaches in their whole history,
Really?
which is insane. Yes, three coaches.
Who
He
was the
he.
coach before him?
Um, man, come on,
The first Super Bowl.
Kato, you slack. You supposed to be our researcher.
First of all, I remember him. White guy, bald at the top. One second here, off the top of my head. But also another thing, but you're saying about coaching, there's not, you can't find so many good coaches in this NFL. Like, that you're talking about, like the Bills coach. I don't see him being let go that quickly. That would be crazy for him to just be gone. So
How long you think he been there?
who the
Brian
Bills?
Billick
Brian
was
Billick,
Brian
yeah.
Billick. Okay. McDermott been there almost 10 years.
McDermott been there when?
McDermott went there the year after we lost the Super Bowl,
Harper.
remember?
The
He was
three
our
coaches.
coordinator for
Mhm.
Panthers.
Mm,
Okay. Damn. Four
yeah,
coaches.
but yeah, that's
Three.
consistency. But that's a consistent organization. So
It
they
is.
know they pick well. Like I said, they'll do their due diligence and make sure they pick the right guy, someone that, because like I said, this is the first time. The one thing what is bad gets bad for organization when stuff starts seeping out that never used to come out before. We never used to hear about Lamar and him and his practice and how they shifted practice. To afternoon because he doesn't like to do morning practice and stuff like that. We didn't hear them questioning the coach's decision and things like that. So it's just because it's like, where did this come from? Yeah, I didn't have a problem. At the end of the day, nothing just starts out of nowhere. Like, you guys didn't have a problem with Lamar when he won his two MVPs. There was nothing coming out then saying, oh yeah, Lamar, yeah, he can do whatever he wants. So why are we now just trying to put this information out? This is the first season, like I said, Lamar's been hurt. He wasn't fully healthy. And like I said, give him that grace. Like, don't sit here try to throw him down, try to wash him down the toilet like he's been a has been. He hasn't succeeded at the top of his game. Like I said, he's not a game manager. He's a game changer. Simply put it like that. So I feel like we've seen quarterbacks who have been inconsistent and haven't even done half what Lamar has done. But for some reason, they don't. They're not like trying to throw them through the mud. We don't. for example, Kirk Cousins, hasn't reached like great pinnacles. He's good on stat sheet, but hasn't come close to Lamar's pedigree. But we don't try to be putting out stories about his work ethic and his practice ethic, and he only shows up to mandatory practice and training camps, but he doesn't do the voluntary stuff. Like, so don't start trying to put this narrative out here on this guy when when he shows up, he plays, he balls, he's not a person you consider a choke artist, or he's not a person who's not to consider to be a closer. He's doing everything he needs to do. It's just been they've had unfortunate situations where it's like he's made the right call, put the ball in his best receiver's hand, the most consistent tight end in their franchise, and then like I said, the kicker who hasn't missed any kicks. He's done everything right by what the plays are called, and those guys didn't execute. So you can't put on Lamar on that part. You can't put on a coach. I think it's just at a certain time. Sometimes you got to change up the recipe if it's not working.
But okay, let me ask you this, K Dub. And you said something interesting. And you are right. So 2 points. So you compare them with the Kirk Cousins thing, and you're right about that. Like his pedigree is not that of Kirk Cousins because of accomplishments. So he gonna be looked at more on a grander scale. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you said the comment that's true. He's not a game manager. Kirk Cousins and guys like that, they game managers. You are a guy that can change a game. But we focus on the guys that mess up the game a lot more with him than him changing these games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel like he's talented enough that he can do a little more. Like, he looks like this guy that changes games oftentimes more in the regular season than the playoffs. Like, his playoff resume is very similar probably to Kirk Cousins. It might be worse, to be honest. I don't have it in front, but he might have a worse playoff resume than Kirk Cousins.
It's probably
So,
worse.
it's probably worse. So it's just,
it's 3-6 in the playoffs.
Right. So it's just kind of to a point where it's like, what is this gonna be? Like, I do agree. Maybe you get a coach in there that's more of a quarterback's coach for him to maybe see if you can squeeze some more juice. I mean, he might have another MVP in him, but I don't know. I just feel like some of this has to be on the best player on the team. Like,
it has to be, but sometimes it's just like Hurts. You want him to win the game. You want him to, be smart about it. And I think a lot of teams don't lean on the smartness of the game. I know I got this MVP quarterback, but I don't. Why I'm trying to use him to win the game so much and not use the running back or.
But I don't think Hurts got the
plays.
talent he got.
I mean, no, I'm just saying as far as winning wise. I mean, Hurts got a way better team, but as far as going to win a game and using, I'm just saying using the quarterback to go out here. I don't have to change the game so much. How about why can't I just be a manager sometimes and lean on these other guys? You Saquon, you got Henry. Right. I mean, come on, you got Hall of Fame running backs.
Henry definitely should have been utilized more.
Let's use him like that. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to Alvin Shepard, first time on the show.
Sorry for my tardiness.
I mean, it's nothing new.
Back your camera up a little bit.
Yeah, look at you. Just slide your tablet back a little bit. There you go.
All right. There we go.
Welcome to the show. Happy New Year.
All right.
So we talking about Lamar Jackson. Well, obviously Harbaugh getting fired. We was talking about Lamar Jackson, and sometimes the blame goes on others. Sometimes the blame goes on him. Things like that. What did you make of the Harbaugh getting fired from the Ravens? Was it shocking to you? And who should they hire?
I don't think it was shocking. I knew it was coming because you got to change something, and you ain't getting rid of your quarterback, so you got to change something. And again, I don't think a coach can really change what's done happened the past 3 years. It's the players. You got 3 years ago, your boy fumbles going into the end zone. The next year, what happened? Who fumbled? Next year, Derrick Henry fumbles. The following season, last season, Andrews, he puts the ball in his hands to win the game, and he dropped it. And I mean, it's still the quarterback is going to get the blame, but you can't catch the pass and receive the pass. And then, like the other night, he had a game-winning drive. got you all the way down into field goal range. Why they didn't hand it off on second down instead of just taking a knee makes no sense. You got time and a timeout. You got one of the best lean forward running backs of all time.
Yeah, but
And
you just mentioned Henry fumbling, and now he fumbled what 3 or 4 times this year and cost some
Uh-huh.
games early on the season, and now you want to put that in his hand. You're at the 23-yard line, people. 23. I got you
right,
that for
but right, but how did
23-yard
you
line.
get there though? How did you get there? A great pass from Lamar Jackson, an amazing pass,
An amazing
a
catch too.
game-winning pass, a great catch, and
Yeah,
then
but
Yeah, but
all I'm saying, you at the 23-yard line. I don't think you need to run another play. You just need to kick this 42
but
something
they
yard
did
field
run a
goal.
play. They ran a QB sneak and just went to the
No,
middle, which I get.
yeah, they
They
just put
ran
him in position to where he wanted it.
a versus handing the ball to again. You got to give to me. You got to get as close as you can with Henry. Again, to me, I'm handing the ball off to Henry on second down. Run that same direction. Stay in the middle. Try to get 4 or 5 yards. Call timeout. They didn't do that. He was gonna miss the kick anyway. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think Lamar did all that he could to win that game. They didn't win. It's still his fault, but he put them in position to win, and they lost. He's put them in the position to win 3 years in a row, and they lose. It's
so we'll just erase the other 58 minutes of these games and just put it down to one kick, one catch, one fumble.
But Harper, but
yes,
no,
yes,
no, no, no.
yes. At the
I'll say
end,
this. I'll say this. I'll say this. I
you
don't
put
think
your team
so.
in the position to win.
No, I don't think so.
Did
Because
they not put their team in a position to win too, though? Like we
Yes,
got
and your kicker missed. Your kicker doesn't miss. We don't have this
so
conversation.
so my quarterback completed 11 passes in this entire game, and you don't feel like there's any error with that. 11 passes in an entire game. That's
No,
I mean, it don't
11
seem like
pass.
everything probably went right there, right?
No, he didn't have a perfect game. No, no, he
I
didn't
didn't
play a
say no, I
perfect.
didn't say it. I mean, you kind of making it seem like it was perfect. Like he
No, no, I said that he put him in position to win and they lost. You put your team in position to win. This is the fourth year in a row that you put your team in position and something that was out of your control loses the game. That's 4 years
yes,
straight. It doesn't happen 4 times in a row. Something that wasn't his fault
so,
at the
so
at
so
the
can we be honest? All right, so just not even this game. The 2 or 3 playoff games that he played in and lost, he played well, y'all. He played well in them games.
did he play his
We have
best?
a revisionist
No.
history right now, like a
No, no,
mug.
no,
Like
no. I'm
he
not
ain't
saying he
played good in
played.
them games. He did
He,
things in them games he ain't did in the whole. He threw more interceptions in that game last year than he threw the whole year.
right, and then at the end, he still
We
got
ain't
them in
talked about
position to
that
win.
one time. We are
well,
not bringing this up.
What did he turn the
Uh,
ball over? Yeah, he turned the ball over. But again, even with all of that, he atoned for it by putting you in position to win the game. Like I
So,
get,
so
he made
all of that is a
mistakes.
race. So throwing interceptions and leaving points on the board or giving the other team points, that don't matter because I got us now down here in a position to where
and
we
and that's
tied
that
or
was,
so,
that's
lose.
what I was trying to say. Hold on, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, it matters, and the interception happened. You got 3 points. They got 3 points off of that. They scored off of this, and it happened in the Bills game where they scored points off of this. These things matter, and I think a lot of with Lamar is he make these pin like these messed up mistakes, whether it's a fumble, whether it's an interception early on in the game, and then now you're trying to play from behind. Yes, he put them in position to win, and just imagine if they would have caught if he would have caught that ball and they went to overtime, or if he would have made that kick, then obviously the conversation would be a little different, right? But
Yeah,
I think some of the times it's just he's playing well at the end, but I think if has he played a whole 48
There you go.
minutes or 60 minutes in a football game, I don't think he's put one of those games in the playoffs together. Now, has he played remarkable and put him in position to win? Yes. And sometimes what they say, you're only as good as your kicker. You
yeah.
got a
And my
rookie
thing
kicker.
is,
Are you going to put him in that
They
situation?
don't bring up that your kicker is missing. Your Hall of Fame kicker ain't here this season. They left that all out. That's not. They don't talk about that at all. Like my
Well,
boy.
That ain't got nothing to do with your boy. That's his
Oh
mistakes.
no,
When
no, it ain't got
he
nothing
want
to
to
do with
get beside his
Lamar.
problem.
It don't got nothing to do with Lamar. But when DK made his mistake, it was like, look how you did your team. Look what you did with your team. You left your team out to dry. You know
I
what I'm
mean, did he
saying? And then
not?
yeah, but again, yeah, and it was rightfully brought up. But Tucker didn't
Lost
do
to
the
the
same
Bucks.
thing.
Tucker
Justin Tucker didn't do the
was
same thing for a whole year. He put your team
Tucker's
behind or
Tucker's
whatever. But they
done.
didn't. Well, I know that, but again, it don't even get brought up. It don't even get brought up. Like there has been no talk about. Well, I mean, if he would have been doing what he was supposed to be doing off the field, where would the Ravens be? That hadn't even been said by many people.
I just,
Because
all I want to say is like, for somebody to win, to be the best player in the league 2 times, we sure do talk about everybody else in his team a lot. The damn both the kickers on the damn team. I mean, it's just like, come on, man. If this dude is this electric and this good, every game shouldn't come down to my second year wide receiver who's still on the team, the best wide receiver on the team. Did he make the catch? Did my Hall of Fame, listen, Hall of Fame tight end, he dropped the pass. He's still on the team, just got re signed. My running back, Hall of Fame running back. You see the trend here? He fumbled a few more times than he normally does this year, and it's just like, we got to get rid of all of these guys. These guys ain't going.
no,
The
did
coach
nobody
is
say
a
get
Hall of
rid of
Famer.
him?
It's a
Yeah,
lot of talent on his team for them to be losing 3-4 years in a row in the same way. It is.
I agree. I agree. But again, they're in position to win all of these
Y'all
games
just gonna
because of
stick with that
Lamar.
right there.
But
He threw
no,
two or three interceptions in that game last year. Why? Whose fault was that?
Lamar's.
Well,
How
then
many? He
what?
didn't throw.
Well, what do we say about like that? Could
How
be
many?
win or lose the game, just the
True,
interception,
true,
right?
true. But again, at the game on the line, he's where
Don't
you.
matter. The game was close
No,
at
it's
the end,
no,
so
it's
it don't matter.
no. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just he did his part to atone for his mistakes.
But the
You
guy that
it,
dropped the pass, that's equivalent to throwing an interception, right?
not
Kinda.
drop the pass. He fumbled going into the
No,
end
no, I'm
zone.
talking about
That's
the other years y'all bringing up. A missing a field goal is like throwing an interception. It's like dropping the touchdown. I mean, is it not?
it
Why
is.
is
That's
that
why
not? Why does the weight of those things so much more than the mistakes that is also costing points that the best player on the team is making?
because
I
it's at
was
the most the
so
most. Go
So I
ahead.
would say that I would say this. Look, listen here. It's not yes. You're trying to compare. At the end of the day, he's not losing them the game. He's keeping them in the game. His play does not take them out of the game. It stays competitive throughout. It's not. And what they always say, look, not every game is going to be perfect. Yes, you're supposed to play all 4 quarters. That is the ideal way of playing, but that's just not the way of the NFL how it goes. Everybody's competitive, so it's pretty much like it's not. Sometimes it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. And at the end of the day, you look at it, he's still like he's kept them there. Yes, and yes, every quarterback is going to throw interceptions, but he's not. He is not throwing interception. He's not throwing them out the game. He's not throwing interception after interception after interception. He may have one bad play here and there, but like I said, at the end of the day, when the game is on the line, he has done his part. Driven them out down the field, and like I said, put the ball in the player's hands to just complete it. Like I said, it's a team game, it's a team effort. Like I said, he's kept them. That's why he's won the MVP because he keeps them in the game involved. He doesn't lose them game or he'll win it for them. Simply like that's the way it looks like on that
Yeah, but
part.
Kate up. He threw a pick. They got 3 points. They lost by two.
Exactly, exactly.
Is
Right,
that the
right.
defense fault for
That
not
your
stopping
kicker
them?
So,
Like
so
missed.
you
The kicker
But your
missed.
kicker missed.
Missed.
and then we got to move on
the
to
kicker wouldn't have needed to kick
some of
it
the
if you didn't
kids.
give up 3 points. Like, why is that not part of the equation?
Why not the defense? Why the defense didn't stop him? Why the
Right.
defense didn't?
Like,
Well, I will say Lamar did like he put them up, and then next thing you know, you get beat on a double move and slip, and then you scored, and then you got to come back, and then he's go back and score again, and then that happened. Oh, and another thing, the kicker kicked it out of bounds. You start from the 40, and then now they score on that drive. So it's other
Yeah,
factors in the game that definitely happen. And we can't say most of these bonehead plays have been in the first half for Lamar most of the time. And then he come about it. But I think it's just a lot of factors into it, but we have to put some kind of blame on
he's the
Lamar
quarterback. Yes, he gets
and
the blame. He's the
also
quarterback.
what blame are you giving him? What blame? We blaming the kicker who ain't played all season. Like, What blame
No,
is
I
he
didn't
getting?
blame. I didn't blame the kicker. I'm just saying it's funny how it's not mentioned. And DK was. That was. I only brought it up the DK comparison. That it
I
ain't
mean,
got
you
nothing to do with
did, but you
Lamar.
just said, well, that ain't even the guy who was supposed to be kicking. It's like
No, that's
none
not
of
what
it
I
is
was
true.
saying. That's not what I was. I was saying that it's
I'll
funny
say
how
this. Let me say this
that doesn't
too.
even get brought up, and DK's got brought up.
To
That's
me,
what that I didn't. That ain't have nothing to do with it
a
because
part of
the
what
Luke
makes
dude
this
should have made that
argument
kick.
a part of what makes this argument worse to me is the three out of the four people we like they lost this game. They probably gonna be wearing gold jackets. Harbaugh's probably a Hall of Fame coach. Henry a Hall of Fame running back. The tight end is a Hall of Fame tight end. Who I guess the jury's out for Zay Flower. Hell, that kicker might even be Hall of Fame because he's a really good kicker. So it's just like we ain't talking about run of the mill guys like they just let him down. Like these are high level performing players too. Like yeah,
That
they made
made the
some
same
mistakes.
mistake he made. They didn't perform when
Yeah,
they
you're
needed
right, but
to.
you not viewing it like that. You're viewing it like, well, if you would have just did your job,
I
Lamar's
didn't
mistakes
say that.
wouldn't have mattered. That's what
No,
it's just like
no,
you the game
I'm not
changer.
saying that.
So change
I'm
the
not saying
game.
that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for this season to get them in position to win and your kicker miss, I don't know. Like I don't know
I know you
what more
just breezing
situations.
over all of the everything else in the game.
No, you
11
we just
passes
said
completed, guys, is not that's not elite quarterbacking. That's not an MVP quarterback in the most important game of
it's
the year.
not, but
But
it should have been
and
enough
one
to
of the
win the
bad
game.
was an interception.
To me again, all of this would have been enough to win the game. He makes the kick. Nobody's going to go back to his completions and he win the game. Nobody. Nobody's going to go back and say, you know what, he didn't throw the ball, but he didn't get but 11 completions, but they won. Nobody's going to say that. But when he loses, it's like, oh, you only.
We don't talk about you throwing an interception that cost us 3 points and we lost by 2. So we also won't talk about that because a mistake was made
No,
after that.
Lamar. I started by saying he loses, he's going to get the blame. He's the quarterback. The quarterback's the leader. They're going to get the blame. They're going to get it. But at the same time, I do think he had them in a position to win, and they didn't win.
I
He's
just
done
always
that three
feel like
times in a
there's a
row.
lot gotta happen for this guy in particular to get any kind of blame. When they win, you're right. We don't even give a damn about the kicker. We talk about how well our MVP quarterback played. Who cares about that kicker? But because we lost, that's when we start naming all of these other people every single time. It's just like, yo, we got 4 years of, well, if you would have just did this for Lamar, we would have won. And it's just
That's
like,
because 4 years
well,
in a row, it's came down to a bang bang play. It's not like they've been blew out.
yeah,
It
four
comes
years
down
in a
to one.
row, the worst game of his career has came in the last game of the. I mean, his worst game of the season has came in the last game of the year or in the playoffs every year. We
And
also
that's
don't
fair.
talk about
So,
that.
so
That's
look,
fair
Harper.
critique. That's fair critique. That's fair
Two,
critique.
so two versions. I want to give it to you, Harper. Maybe you like, because of what you're saying about blame. You remember 2008 playoffs with the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals? Do you remember that
Yep.
playoff game?
I was
I
at that
worked at
game.
this. I was at that game too.
That's a game where you put it on the quarterback right there, where Jake Delhomme throws for 5 interceptions and a fumble. That is on the quarterback. You took your team out the game. So that's where it's
That's
just that,
extreme. That's an extreme example,
that's
though.
where it's like Lamar is
Very
like that.
extreme.
I'm just giving you an example where you can really say, hey, this is where we give you that blame. Like you are not doing what is needed to do. You're like pretty much throwing the interception at the end of the game. That you're just not clutch. That's where you go. And also just another part, just where you saying about the kicker. Remember, look, your man's is a Patriots fan. How many rings did Adam Vinatieri get for Tom Brady?
Three for sure. Three for sure. Three for sure.
Did
Three
Adam
for sure.
Vinatieri kick from the 30? From the other
No, he was
30
kicking from.
yard
No, he
line?
was kicking. He was kicking from like the 50. He's kicking like 50 yarders to win them things.
Nah, maybe 40 yarders. My point is this: a lot of them kicks was from Tom leading game winning drives, right?
And
Right, right, Sam?
Vinatieri made
Right.
it. Vinatieri made it. That's the
So
only
Lamar,
difference.
we'll put
That,
nothing. So again, it's nothing on. We didn't get. It'll be none of. Man, we could have got a little closer for our rookie kicker. It's none of
they
that.
didn't. No, I said to try to get him closer. Y'all said don't hand it
I
to
didn't say.
Derrick
I didn't
Henry.
say it. I didn't
You
say
on
it.
the 23-yard line.
I
and
mean,
you
you
got
want
a
to give him
fall.
MVP.
You got a
I'm not.
running back that
Five
ain't been
point.
stopped for negative
What?
yards
I'm
the
not
whole
debating
game.
Titus do his job. I'm not
They
debating
only
that.
ran him 5 times in the second half. You think they're gonna run him on the last drive?
And again, I think that's a problem. Why is Derrick Henry touching the ball 5 times? That
And
should go to the same thing as Lamar only having
What?
11 completions.
What are
that
we?
Why
right
is
there,
your
but
Hall of Fame
that falls on
Why is
that
your
falls on
Hall of Fame quarterback only touching the ball? I
Well, it
mean,
don't
Hall of Fame
matter
running
now
back.
because he's fired, and
Mhm.
I
so
mean, true, true,
he'll be finding another
true,
job.
true.
But another
And
quarterback
then
that
your
gets a
next
lot of.
question was, who do you think the coach is going to be? I don't know. I think Stefanski should go there. That's what I
Oh
think.
my water.
That's why I think Stefanski should go.
Stefanski can't get along with Shador. You think he'll get along with Lamar?
Well, see, I see the thing with Stefanski though. I don't think that he wanted Shador. That was the issue. I don't think with Lamar, you can't go in there talking to Lamar the way you was talking to Shador. You can't
What
do
do you
that.
mean he couldn't get along with him?
I didn't say he couldn't get. Oh, yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, you like I said, you could tell. Come on now, you knew Stefanski. He didn't care. He didn't want.
Everybody said like this is what I understand. He did this to him. He did that to him. You have 4 to 5 quarterbacks coming into the summer, right? They traded away
Joe
one Kenny Pickett before the
and
season.
Joe.
Then you
Yep.
traded Joe to move him to number 2.
You
They
look.
put him in situations where he can succeed. He was the
No,
backup. Then Gabriel went down for concussion, put him in. They lose to the Ravens, and then he come back the next game. They win, and he keep him as a starter. He got his opportunity. What more did he got to do? A
hold
head
on.
coach got to
Time
do to
out. Time out.
keep him
Time
like
out.
that. Oh,
Okay.
he didn't put him in on the 2 point first, and he didn't do this and do that. Go
Time
ahead,
out.
man. We got to move on
No, no, no,
because
no. We
I
got
don't want to go
no.
down this rabbit hole with you.
I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say because I'm gonna move it to the next point about the next coach that got fired. Okay. You created this problem. You have never seen an NFL team put 4 quarterbacks and say, "Oh, you guys are all going to compete." And like I said, you created this issue. Why do you have two quarterbacks that's past their prime to say they're going to be starting to have 2 rookie quarterbacks drafted? You stirred this pot up. You've never seen it done before. So yeah, that falls on you because that shows about how you lead your team. Which goes to the next point of Raheem Morris.
That
Why
don't
did
show
he?
about him.
What?
That could be GM. That could
But
be
that's
everything. You drafted 2
GM didn't get
quarterbacks.
fired though. The
Yes,
GM
he
didn't
did.
get fired though.
yeah. But then,
Yeah,
like I said,
because of somewhat decent draft. But
He
you
yeah,
did a
still brought
very
in
good.
two
That's what I'm
quarter.
he
saying.
did great. He did great.
The
You still
Browns
brought
have
in
a
two
good. They have
quarterbacks.
a good young core. It's just they need a quarterback.
Yeah, but also, like I said, going to the next coach. Why did he get fired? Raheem Morris. You pretty much, like I said, the owner. I understand it completely. The owner said, "Hey, you guys, I'm putting you in position. I want y'all to lead my team. Y'all do what y'all did. They made bad decisions. You paid Kirk Cousin all this money, 100 million guaranteed. Then
And
you
then you
go
draft
draft.
Michael
No,
Is that on
Penix.
the coach or
you.
the GM?
That's on both. Because at the end of the day, the GM is going
That's
to
more
ask the
so
coach.
GM. That's more so
But
GM.
I don't know. It goes hand in
Well,
hand
they
Overpaying
because
both
guys.
got
G,
fired.
the GM and the coach sit there in the draft room on the same day. They talk about what do you need and what should I be looking for. They not coordinate together? Do the GM
Some
and
Draft
of
coach
day.
not?
them,
You said
some of
draft day.
them,
I'm talking about Kirk
some of them.
Cousins.
You literally make a decision. There's no way that Raheem Morris just sits there like, hey, I'm about to go pay Kirk Cousins. You cool? Like, and doesn't get his
But we
confirmation.
can't,
Yes,
we can't.
they
Okay,
sign. No, head coach,
maybe.
GM and
I
head
think
coaches
that's more
sign.
GM. That's more GM
They
than
work together.
head coach.
You work together. You supposed to y'all sign off on those decisions together.
I would say the paying
I
Kirk
guess Dan
Cousins
Quinn
was
was
probably
working
more
with.
GM, but drafting Penix was both of their decision. I do believe that. Drafting Michael Penix Jr. off of 2 torn ACLs in college, drafting him had you got to run that by somebody. And I don't think the GM just picked that dude because he had 2 terrible injuries in college, a decent senior year, and literally he gets hurt. That's gonna get you fired. That's gonna get both of y'all fired because
Sound
you
like a
rolled the
Luka
dice on
Doncic
somebody.
trade.
And you don't even say, like I say, you don't even put it out there like, hey, we're gonna have sit him for a few years, and then you're just like, no.
Yeah, like you
So
didn't
that's
rest him. We're like, nah, let's throw him on in there, see what he's got.
so
And
that's what I'm
again,
saying.
though,
So
y'all beat the Jets, you're in the playoffs. So that's just if they'd have beat the Jets, they'd have made the playoffs, and which is
Who?
crazy. Atlanta, they lost. If they'd have beat the Jets, they would have had better records than the Panthers and the Tampa Bay, and they'd have went to the playoffs. And that's how it comes down to just that one game. The Jets, they only
and
won 5 games.
And now look, and then look, you look at the decisions. Okay, the GM he gets let go because you're trading away future draft picks, and now you guys are strapped for 100 million in cash to Kirk Cousins till
And
2027
hoping he
season.
gonna rework it,
Yeah, so now your future's kind of depleted, and the quarterback that you drafted is hurt. He may not come back. We never know. He may
which
not
is
come back. So yeah,
crazy. I don't know
yeah.
how you draft a dude with two torn ACLs, one in each knee on separate years, and you take him.
But to be fair, this wasn't talked about when he was drafted like this. It
Yes,
was
it was.
It was.
Yes,
It
it
was.
was.
not,
Yeah.
That
not to
was
the
brought.
degree that not to the degree that he shouldn't have went.
I
Um.
disagree. Like,
Now
it's
it
not
was
that
a
you.
guy drafted in the fifth round. We talk about more than this. I mean,
That's true. That is true. But again, this guy. That's they were talking about this in the national title games. Like, yeah, he's come back from this, that, and the third, and it's like
he was still very good in college, though. He was a
he
good player.
was, and then he got hurt,
He
which
did.
everybody could have predicted was probably going to happen.
Well,
And
you know.
again,
The
and
guy,
he's
you
so
dra-
and
the
he
guy
older
in
got to.
Washington reminds me a lot of him in stature. So
but he doesn't have two tour ACLs in 2 years in
not yet.
college.
He
And
got some
right,
other
but he
things.
Hold on,
right, but
hold
I'm
on. Don't
saying
wish,
that
don't
happened
wish
in
that on him now.
that happened in college. That's what I'm all I'm saying. This happened in college. How do you think you're going to withstand the pros on two bad knees? I just as a GM, you can't. That'll get you fired. That will get you fired. Rolling the dice on that, it'll get you fired.
Again, things get you. Yeah, these things get you. I'm still like sometimes, and then there's things that's gonna save you and things like that. Me, I'm still on the fact that the Patriots. I mean, not the Giants. Their GM. I'm surprised he ain't got cut yet. You know,
I'm
you know.
shocked too.
Yeah, I'm still. He ain't got fired yet. After what he did with the whole Saquon situation. But hey,
Yeah, but as far as drafting, he seems like he's been finding a
yeah.
guy every year. So
Yeah, no, he definitely saved himself. He made three great draft picks. Got him. Got a quarterback, got a running back, got neighbors, all these things. So these things saved him on that part. So I think
But you got to
that's what.
think ownership is gonna give you a cap.
Hmm.
They probably gave him a cap for Saquon and say, "All right, I don't want to go over this."
right.
The GM only can go back and give you so much, and then next thing you know, they wanted him out. If you want to keep a guy, pay him. And
Yeah,
then
and
he
that
get
and
that,
that's and
and he
that's
left,
literally on
and he
record.
went to
That's
Super
what they
Bowl.
said. They said we're not about to pay Daniel Jones a 30-some million quarterback to hand to a $40 million running back. They said that out loud. And Daniel Jones leaves and looks great. You get rid of Saquon, he wins a Super Bowl. How that GM didn't get fired, we'll see. I think Jackson Dart and Scatterboo saved him. The flash of Jackson Dart, he's supposed to be the next guy. I think that saved him. Because again, everything that you said, like I'm not gonna hand this guy the ball and pay him, and Daniel Jones goes to the Colts and revives them.
I
So
mean,
to
but
me, it wasn't
again,
Daniel Jones wasn't good. It was what
like
they got
Derek
going on
said,
in.
the GM might have been doing exactly what the owner told him.
No, it's on record. They have the video of it. They have the video when they made the decision. That was the year they did the
Yeah,
hard knocks with the.
but even with stuff like that, that's what we saw. That's what they allowed us to see. You don't it's like to me, it's like the Nico Harris thing. Do we really think this man got this far in his career to trade Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis straight up? If that was just that's a good idea for my career. No.
I always said it was the NBA deal.
Yeah, I think that
It's
owner
probably
was
owners,
like,
yeah.
we don't want to go over it. We don't want to pay this. I know it sounds dumb or whatever, but we don't want to pay this much money. We're not in this for that.
Especially just coming in year one.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Like
No,
it
yeah.
happens a lot.
I
But
mean, I
anyway,
get. It.
let's get to some
Okay.
Running backs don't get paid like they used to either. Saquon should have been an exception, but they don't get paid like they used to.
no, which is who knows. Like I said, it happened one day. Let's get to some of these theories, man. Another talked about quarterback. Uh, Probably one of Harper's favorite topics. Bryce Young and the Rams go up against each other. Um, Panthers back in the playoffs since 2017. Congratulations, fellas. Y'all excited?
I am excited. The
Okay.
team that we playing has me more excited because I actually feel like we got a chance to win the game.
They beat them. They beat them
Well,
already.
Panthers
Right.
did beat the Rams earlier this year, 31-28. Panthers defense came up big in that game, 3 turnovers against Stafford. Of course, you're going up against maybe arguably the MVP of the league. I beg to differ, but that's a different subject for a different day. Can the Carolina defense come up big again, and can you stop Puka uh, and Adams? They'll Adams be back from the hamstring.
Oh, this is gonna be his first game back too, ain't it?
Yeah, I think he missed the last two. Can you stop the run? I think those running backs rushed over, I think 70 apiece on y'all last time, something like that. Carolina scored their season high against the Rams. What do y'all see in this matchup, and are y'all gonna win? I guess not. Well,
Oh, I,
I
let's
thought he was
move.
talking to Harper. Harper, the Panthers fan.
Let's move
He
to the
said,
next
y'all, can't
game.
tell there's a Panthers fan through here.
Oh,
no,
okay,
I
okay.
was gonna let Harper get his shit off
I,
first.
We
I thought y'all.
a proud Panthers fan. I go. Do I think we have a chance? I mean, yeah, you have to say yes. Like again, what Derek said is the optimism with the Panthers, and we've been watching them. Is either the defense plays very good and the offense don't, or the offense plays passable and the defense plays terrible. It's one or the other. So that game is, I don't know, probably one of the top 2 or 3 performances from the defense as a whole game. I mean, I know the Rams scored a couple points, but they looked good in that game. Where I think it was 2 or 3 turnovers created, gave us some short fields. We scored some points, scored enough points. To me, again with the offense, we got to be able to score more than 3 touchdowns, 20 points. That's kind of been an Achilles for them against good teams. So just try to find a way to keep manufacturing points. You got to keep the offense somewhat unpredictable, like you have nothing to lose. The fact that you made it to this game, I think should be the okay, now let's relax and get a real game plan for this kid and let's see if he can make these throws. Like, I agree. It's time. We already know what the Rams gonna do. They're gonna stack the box. They're gonna say Bryce beat us in single coverage. He has got to be ready. He has shown that he can put a whole game together and do this. This is the biggest game of his career. I think this is really gonna be a game where they're gonna really say, "All right, Bryce, beat us." So more so than any, because this is a playoff game. So I'm interested in that aspect for him going forward. The wide receiver Tech, I like him, man. He ain't got nothing to worry about. The other kid, what's it, Leggett, the country dude, I don't know, man. I don't want to give up on him if we're not gonna give up on other players on this team, because it's like, he is as young as everybody else. He deserves a fair shake. But I mean, his mistakes are just mounting up. Like, it's not a lot of positives with his game. So that'd be interesting, and just to see how the defense looks in a very high stakes, high level game. So it's time to pay a couple guys. Oh, Dowdle is up. Well, depending on how good of a game he can have, we some decisions need to be made. I think Chuba should be gone anyway. Dowdle is, to me, is the reason that we in this playoff game. He won at least 2 or 3 games himself, so I don't think that should be overlooked after this game. So
I'm gonna say this, just being honest. I think defense. I have confidence in our defense. I think our defense has kept us in the game the past few weeks. Honestly, just going back to even San Francisco. I mean, if I like, San Francisco, that was a game interceptions. We had Brock Purdy. I think he was going 2 to 3 interceptions in the hole. Same thing with going against Matthew Stafford. Like I said, Saints game, they kept it close. It wasn't a blowout. Bucks game, Bucks, even the last Bucks game, your team only scored 16 points. That's definitely a good winnable game. That's only like what, 2 touchdowns, maybe two-point conversions. Even when they played the Seahawks, even though the score reached 27-10, that game was very close and competitive through the first 3 quarters. I think it just shows to the Seahawks offense, like at the fourth quarter, it started clicking. I think really what it comes down to. So I have confidence in Evero. He's definitely stepped up this year as a defensive coordinator. He definitely should be brought back. But it's really on this Dave Canales and his offense. This is where I really you want to. It doesn't just fall on Bryce; it also falls on him. Like, you are supposed to be this QB whisperer. You're supposed to be this offensive guru. I need to see it. Like we've seen spurts of the offense go crazy, but honestly, lately it hasn't, gone too well. Like I said, New Orleans, we lost. Dowdle, and to be honest with you, Dowdle, we haven't had a 100-yard game since week 9 of rushing, like just of like a running back running the ball over 100 yards. That was Dowdle's 130 game. So, that's something that we lean heavy on. So we gotta, make some great calls on that one, and also push the goddamn ball down the field. Like it doesn't make no sense why this man plays so under. It's predictable. Like it's very predictable. Like we're not, and it's not to say this is we have the assets. Me personally, Excel. I think I see it with Bryce. He does. In the beginning of the game, he will give him his chance of Excel to to redeem himself, and then he just fucks up. Out of bounds, drops the ball, and at that point, Bryce is like, "Hey, we got to win this game." So of course he's going to go to Tet. But I think just going forward, honestly, in this playoffs, we've seen the whole season of Excel. Not saying, but I think just like a Keon Coleman, let's move the next man up. I like Jalen Coker. Coker steps up when he needs to
I
be.
do like him.
And
I do like him.
he steps up, so put him at the 2. And honestly, we need to put we need to go ahead and put Jimmy Horn Jr. because he's fastest, quick, and his speed kills. And you can see how quickly he gets down the field and breaks on his route. So put him in the middle, kill those linebackers, and kill the safeties as well. But really, like I said, Canals has got to stretch the field, stretch the ball, not be predictable. It really comes, and I think this is a team of Rams defense that we can really play against. It could be another shootout again. I don't, as long as everything's clicking. But yeah, this will tell a lot going into the future. It tells about Dave. Has he learned anything from his mistakes? Because he always wants to go the PG route. He doesn't want to blame the refs. I say, well, he takes accountability. Was like, all right, stop apologizing for what your mess ups are, and show that you've learned from them. So I'm really looking at Dave. We're looking at Bryce as well. We want Bryce to show up. Like I said, he's hopefully this is one of those games where he locks in and shows us that Bryce magic.
Well, the thing is, y'all bad on third downs, bad in the red zone, and you got a lot of turnovers. I think you need to have some better offense when you get down into the red zone. I always tell people 7 instead of 3, 7 instead of 3. That changes games. Now playbooks are changing and things. Coaches have to make different decisions, and now you extending leads and you making 2 possession games and things like that. Um, but yeah, I can agree with you. Now it's time for your coach to actually become come up with a game plan that actually fits for winning for the whole game. Um, no flea flickers. We don't need all of that other stuff. How do we get here, and how do we gonna lean on? Harper, you said it. You got to lean on that run game. Is Rico gonna be the guy? Is Chuba gonna be the guy? I think you play both of them. Chuba is the change of pace back, just like you could put in Coker to be your change of pace receiver, or you could put in Horn to be your change of pace receiver as well. You have to use these guys and get the ball in these playmakers' hands. Um, you can't don't come out stale. I think y'all should get the ball first if y'all get a chance to go ahead and put your offense on there. Because one, you coming out of the gate, you coming up hype. You don't want to sit on the bench and then wait for them to go out. Maybe run 7 minutes off the clock, and then y'all get. I think you get the ball first, get the juices flowing, get your offense out there, and then now you get something going. It's good that y'all at home. Hopefully, the fan base, y'all should go buy your tickets right now. Harper and KW, y'all should go together and go to the game. Hopefully, the fan base can kind of pick it up. I mean, y'all haven't been in this
They
situation
done
for
been in the box seats. I already know.
Oh, so
y'all haven't been in this situation in a long time. I think this is the time when you get behind uh the city, get behind the state, get behind this team, and you go for it and you brave the weather and you run this team because this is a good accomplishment, whether you did it yourself or whether you got help from the Atlanta boys. You know what I mean? This is a good accomplishment for y'all. This is what you want to see. This is how you lean into. All right, I can believe in this coach. I can somewhat trust this quarterback, whether if we got to pay him or not, and have a promising future. And then you build off of this, and you get pieces in here where you can get some online pieces, get some more linebacking pieces, and do that. I think y'all cornerbacks are going to be uh, they gotta have their work cut out for them, especially with Puka, especially with um, Adams. But I think what y'all need to do is limit the run, and y'all not good against tight ends either. So y'all gonna have y'all work cut out for you. Do y'all win? What y'all predicting?
Let me see.
Ah, it's just tough to say because I mean we did show that we can beat them, but it's just a lot. A lot more probably got to go right for us to win. I'll say that. But can it happen? Yeah. I mean, do they got the confidence to beat them? Yeah. Are we gonna be at home? Does our fan base show up in games like this? I'd say yes. So I don't know. I don't want to say we're gonna lose, but do I think we're gonna win the game? No, I don't think. Should we win the game? Are we favored to win? No.
Are you picking y'all? That's what I'm asking. God.
I need to see a couple more hype videos. For
I mean, Cam Newton's gonna be at the game.
Hey, look, right. I was a little hype about that. I was a little hype about that. Long overdue.
I'm taking the Panthers to win this game. Think it's gonna be a shootout and comes down to Bryce showing that him coming up in the clutch and winning the game close. I'm going 35-32.
High scoring game.
Right.
Y'all, you know, y'all only 31 was your highest this year. You think he
For
gonna
the
get over
year.
that?
Right.
I'm having faith that Dave Canales ain't gonna play. And the thing about it, he's not under no pressure. He's actually succeed. And that's the thing that kills me
Exactly.
about Dave. That's what kills me about Dave. He reminds me more of John Fox than a Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, he plays it too safe. He plays it too scary. He doesn't want to open up the playbook, and it doesn't make no sense. You have the assets. Let that man Bryce sling the ball, run the ball, and like I said, just like I said, y'all, like I said, nobody. There's no expectation for you guys. You guys have you broke your seal. You've improved from where you at. You went from a 2-win team to a 5-win team. Now you're an 8-win team. Now, like I said, play. Like I said, just go out there and play ball. You're home. The city's gonna be rocking. The fans behind y'all. Don't try to play conservative. Just let your defense, get some turnovers, keep you on the game. And like I said, just sling that shit. Because like I said, this is not a Rams defense of old. They don't have an Aaron Donald. They don't have a Jalen Ramsey back there. This is a team you guys can attack.
Got a
Attack.
verse though. That D line pretty tough.
Yeah, verse. Yeah, verse. But I was like, our O line is not. Our O line has definitely showed up this year. They're not a suspect O line.
I think what y'all need to do is get those cornerbacks in some kind of cross action or whatever. I mean, Forbes ain't the best guy.
Hmm.
I know that for a fact. And I think
Hmm.
if y'all
Or
can get the passing game going, I think that's gonna be your Achilles heel, which
but
y'all can get through. Harper picking the Rams, I see.
no Panthers. I say Panthers 28-20. Panthers 28-24.
Okay, now he's switching it.
Yeah,
The boy went
28-24.
down after I told him.
Yeah.
I mean, we struggle getting over 21 points. I know I've seen that a lot. So
I
the
think
So
defense got to be the defense, man. That's
yeah, defense
bottom
gotta
line.
come up.
Yeah.
like I
Defense
said,
gotta come.
I mean, me preferably, I'm not gonna hold you because if it's a revenge game for the Rams, I wanted the 49ers. I wanted to play them again. Um, but we didn't get that. But hey.
Come on, y'all can beat them again, man. I got the Rams in this game,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't mind if Carolina win. I'll be rooting for Carolina, but I got the Rams winning.
Yeah, definitely, it's gonna be a shocker.
Let's move on down to the MVP, the real MVP. It ain't Stafford. Drake
Uh,
May and the Chargers.
Talking about that game
Uh,
manager.
uh, I mean, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. I mean, you talk about MVP guy. I mean, made 72% highest completion rate, Pat's history. I mean, 8.9%. That's that guy. Pats won the last 13 out of 14 games, averaging almost 24 plus points a game in the last 12. Offense on fire, rookie QB on fire, MVP candidate. Um, I just say for us, just play with the game plan, control the line, protect May. Keep Herbert from using them legs. You gotta contain him because I know he's gonna try to use those, and get out of some of those situations. I think we have a great run defense. We getting healthier. We getting some of our guys back, especially on defense. I know we got one corner that can shut down everything on his side. Now we need the other guys to step up. I think Jones has been talking a lot in the red zone, so hopefully he can step up and come up big. But I will say, we at home. The fans gonna be rocking. I'm sure we can win this game. Um, Chargers went through a little stretch where they wasn't that good. But obviously, people gonna say, "Oh, we haven't played nobody. We haven't really beat a good team this year. We've been playing against all this other stuff." Yeah, yeah, yeah. But in history, Herbert do struggle against the Patriots. Um, but like, yeah, get the pass rush to Herbert. I mean, establish a run game for us. Keep the run game going. I know McDaniels will have some stuff dialed up. I think what better way for her for May to go into this game with a guy that's established as a winner. You play with Brady. You know what it takes to get the job done. You know what it takes to run a playoff offense. And now you're doing it with a guy at the helm that's been a bright spot to this team all season. So I think it'll be somewhat of a low scoring game, probably for us. I think it's more so like a 23-16 kind of deal. 17, 23-17 kind of deal. We win. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I think the Chargers is a weird team for me this season. They were just, like I said, I think they got over some of their early hurdles, like beating the Chiefs. And this is just a Chiefs team, like not their best. This is a poor Chiefs team this year in recent memory. But then it was just like, like they beat the Broncos early on in the season. And I feel like those two matchups, things about it, sometimes you have to look at the matchups of teams. Like they played the Broncos early in the season, they played them right at the end of the season, and that game didn't really mean much. I would have to say, but they just suffered some bad losses, which was just to some teams that were just kind of piss poor. New York, they lost to Washington, and then after that, the games that are supposed to be competitive, they got killed by Houston. Like I said, defensively, they were running all over them. Got lost to Jacksonville, lost to the Colts. So, and these are all like teams that were competing for the playoffs. So, and then like some of the other teams, like I said, the one good win I see was a Philly win. Um, Pittsburgh possibly, but Pittsburgh was up and down this season. I'm gonna go Patriots on this one. I think Patriots was consistent. Patriots at home, maybe Tom Brady need to go back and hit the drum for them. It's the first time back in the playoffs.
We don't do
But
that, sir.
anyway, whatever. Ring the bell. Ring the Boston. Yeah, ring the
It,
bell. How about that?
deflate the ball, K Dub. He need to
No,
come
yeah,
deflate.
Hold
no,
on,
yeah,
hold on, hold on,
yeah.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Sorry, 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 sorry. Breaking news right now. Atlanta Hawks are trading four-time NBA All-Star Trae Young to the Washington Wizards for CJ McCullough and Corey Crisper.
No picks.
That's it.
That's a good. If no picks, that's crazy.
This
That's
is
it.
what's coming in right now, breaking into the Talkin Noise podcast.
Well
Your
played,
thoughts on
Washington.
that? Your thoughts on that?
Well played, Washington. With no picks, that's crazy.
Hold on 1 second. Let
Nope.
me say this to my job.
I mean, is it though? Washington need to be as bad as they can be, right? I mean,
Um,
That's
I,
that's why they didn't trade their picks. That's what I'm saying. That's a good job. They still got their picks, so
Well,
good
we
job.
don't we don't we don't know if the picks are traded yet.
Oh, oh,
I'm surprised. Like I feel like we got to definitely see those picks because shout out to CJ McCollum. He's still good. I'm just kind of like CJ ain't on the same caliber as Trey Young. Honestly,
I
I
guess
think
this mean is Atlanta starting over though?
I would have rather them trade him
I don't
to
know if it's starting over. I think it's Jalen
who
Johnson
Atlanta.
has arrived, and now we building
yeah. I
around
think I
this
think
guy.
Atlanta's got a decent core. Yeah, they're gonna try to build around Jalen Johnson, and now you need a pass first point. That's what you need now.
What I'm saying is that are they going to do it on the fly, or are you going to still try to be the eighth seed in the East every year until you
I
do
don't.
that? You know,
I don't know. That's a good question. But
Atlanta.
is how
I mean, well, I think
is
now is
Ricochet any
time to get.
good?
Mm,
He's all
he's
How
right.
did
been
I
how did
mean,
Rich?
he's
he
been
ain't been that
he's
good this
he's
year.
been he's been subpar. He's been
Yeah, he been
subpar.
Yeah.
subpar for a number one pick. And like he came off the bench, I think early on in his career. And then he came out. He had like games here and there. But I think Jalen Johnson, which people need to look into, he's really coming into
He's nice.
a
He's
good
nice.
basketball player. And now
He's
you
very
do it
good.
now. I mean, you get rid of somebody that wasn't good for your team. I think they win percentage was like 0.222 when he was playing. It wasn't that good. And then now you got a higher winning percentage. You got the ball flowing. You playing some good offense and you doing other things. I think that's what happened in Atlanta. And they saw that this year. And I think it was time. You try to give Trey Young different pieces to kind of be competitive. You had a good run one year where you went to the East Conference Finals. Now, what is this? Time to
Try it
move
with
on.
Jalen Johnson. Yeah, try it
I
with
think
Jalen Johnson.
that's what we doing.
I
Um,
think it's a good place for Trey Young to be too. Like you got a fresh start. You're the man again. It seems like he's one of those guys that wants to be the
He been the
guy.
man the whole time in Atlanta, though.
but I think,
I mean, he has until he wasn't, and that's when I think the problem started. Is when he felt like he wasn't the center of attention anymore. That's when things fell apart, and now he's back to being the guy again. Let's see what he
but
does. They
but
better be able to
also
hide his defense.
I think this gives him, like I said,
Terrell
he.
probably dancing right now.
I feel like Trey wants to, like, people can say like, oh, like he's a pass guard. He can pass. He can definitely give the rock out. And
Yeah.
I think, like I said, with Alex Sarr, I said Keyshawn George. That dude's he's a dude's on the come up too, for real. And then even they got they've got defensive perimeter, like with Bilal. I don't know if y'all know about him. He played with Wemby out in France. Hey, he's a defensive stud. And like I said, of course, hey, they got the closer Chris Middleton. He's out there with them. And then, and then, like I said, and they got Champagne. So maybe he gets with this young squad. They might not. They can have a couple upsets this going forward in this
They
season.
will be in the lottery this season, which will be a
Yeah,
good thing.
yeah, they'll be in the
That is
lottery.
they're in the Boozer sweepstakes. Boozer will really help that team out a lot. They're gonna be in the Boozer sweepstakes. Believe
Who?
that.
Well,
Wizards.
you might want to put that guard beside Trey Young. Like,
Oh, from
AJ?
Kansas.
yeah. No, from
Oh,
Kansas. From
Kansas from
Kansas.
Kansas.
But also
Oh.
but it also crazy. CJ is 34. So I'm just saying.
CJ still got some life in him, man. He still got a little life in him. He
Yeah.
get into the right situation. Every
He
time I
got to
put him
come
in a
off the
parlay, though,
bench.
he lets me. Yeah, every time I put him in a
I,
parlay, though, he's definitely 35, 40. So every time I put him in a parlay, to score 8 points.
Yeah, maybe CJ next for a wave. Maybe CJ wants to go. Maybe let send CJ to Milwaukee. Let him go. Let him go play with a star.
See, I was thinking if they could afford it, that's where he should have went. It was Milwaukee, if he could afford it. But I don't know if that would have worked,
Well, we
like
all
money
knew this was
wise.
gonna happen soon. He
Mhm.
already
Yeah,
told you
yeah.
where he
Beginning of
wanted
the
to
season,
go. It's
yeah,
all about how they want to work it out.
yeah. And on top of that, you got your coach fired, so it's just like
Who, Trey
he was
Young?
ready to get him. Yeah,
He done got three coaches fired.
yeah. It's like yeah, it's time to move on. Time to move on. But
I
I'm
don't
glad he
know, man.
got to
To be
Washington.
honest, like the thing with Trey Young, we kind of view him as like a Steph Curry light, but he cannot shoot nearly as efficiently as Steph Curry. Like I think that's the issue. He takes those shots like Steph, but he doesn't make them as much as Steph Curry.
I really thought he would go to but but I think it was wishful thinking, maybe, or like a Toronto or Orlando. But I don't know. I thought
Toronto got a
just
lot going. I don't know
It's
what direction
crazy.
Toronto is in.
But see, Toronto got like a top 10 defense. They don't. You're not gonna bring this guy in here. Your defense is gonna get worse with Trey Young playing 35 minutes. Like
Yeah, you
It's
got to
crazy
hide him.
because
You definitely got to hide him.
Friday I'm working the Wizards game.
mm,
Oh, you gonna get to see it firsthand then. Who they
he hurt
play?
though, ain't he?
Nah, he
Huh?
playing. They took him off the court. Nah, he playing.
I
They just
seen
took
that.
him off the court to trade him. They took him off the. They took him out the joint to trade him because he
Oh,
got dressed and they was like, "Nah, bro, go on back in there." So he's a
Wizards are
healthy.
playing the Pelicans. Okay, that should
oh
be
yeah,
exciting.
That's a good start. Him versus Isaiah Fears or Jeremiah Fears. That'd be a good start.
I doubt he played Friday.
You don't think so?
yeah, I
Nah,
doubt
we
it.
no.
was just there to show them love and
He got to do a physical and all of that.
try to tap in. I don't think he'll
Who they
probably
play
be
Friday?
Pelicans.
I don't know. That might be a game he can look good in at home too.
That's a good
Look,
start. That's what I say. That's a good
hey,
start.
tickets just
Yeah.
went up.
They
I
certainly
don't know.
did.
I don't
I,
know.
The tickets definitely just went up.
what do y'all feel about Trey Young though? Like, is his best years probably behind him?
No, he's just getting into his prime. No, he's just getting. It's
But
just
what is
his
his
biggest
prime? What is his prime
22 and 10, 22 and 10 from the point guard
on
spot.
a
That's
winning team? Is that on a? Is he a winning player though?
we gonna see. He going to a losing
We haven't
franchise,
seen
so
already. Yeah, he been in the league 8 years.
I get it. I understand it. And the thing is, he has to be on a team. If it's going to be a winning team, they got to hide his defense. That's his biggest flaw. Is he's a liability on defense. He's a liability. But when it comes to
He might be the worst
playmaking,
defensive player in the league.
he's one of. That's why I said you got to hide him. You got to hide him. And my thing is, if Cleveland figured it out with Darius Garland, who to me is the same stature, but he still to me
They
plays better
ain't figured it
defense,
out though.
they win games. I'm not saying they won a chip, but Cleveland is top 2, 3 every year in the East. So I mean, from
Not
you
this
got to
year.
think he's going to Washington. Washington was a
That's
losing
my point.
franchise for
If we
years.
got any faith that Washington,
Hey,
I'll
before
go
he got
ahead
to
and agree.
Atlanta, Atlanta was Washington before Trey got there.
The
Like they won a
Wizards,
few.
they
The Atlanta
Washington.
wasn't doing making no. That's how they got Trey. They was in the lottery, but I think that's why I say to me, if he could just get them in the playoffs, that's all Trey's gonna be able to do. Now he's not gonna get you no chip unless you can hide his defense, and I don't think Washington winning no championship.
Hey, 2027. I'm trying to tell y'all.
One thing I don't like, some people like people got to learn how to give grace sometimes. Like I understand it. Like Trey Young has played exceptionally well over the past years. Like I mean, his consistency was what 20. He was like pretty much a 25-11 player, 25-10. I mean, this
And
is
he's
like
had a
his.
and he's had a 50-40-90 season. He's done that, I think,
Yeah,
once.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold. This is what I have to stop you because we can look at paper all day, but let's turn on the TV. Let's turn on the film. Let's turn on the ratings. Let's turn on all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Where has he been? Like he went, like I said, he went to the East Conference Finals, but after that, what have the Hawks been? They haven't really been doing much. You've been playing in, you've been missing the playoffs, you've been all of this. You went through coaches, you had an interim coach, then you hired him, and then you went through different players. Murray left and things like that. Like we can look at the 22-11, but let's look at the odds.
Yeah,
Also,
again, we adjusted
Trey Young has never been a 50-40-90 player.
ever.
Had to throw that out there. No, he's not a Steph Curry level shooter, man. What do you think his 3-point percentage is for his career? What do y'all think it is?
I'm
Probably
looking
like
it up right now. Let's
I'm
33,
see.
looking at it.
35%, 33, 35.
35.1%
Yeah.
for a guy that's taking 11 a game. You know what I'm saying? That's Steph Curry probably what 42, 3, probably something like that for his career. You know,
But
it's a
But I mean,
gap.
Steph is also, yeah, it's a gap. But I mean, you compared it to the best shooter of all time. He's not that. He's not that. I don't think he's ever going to be that. You know what I
but
mean?
also like I mean, let's be real. Like I mean, what
He's
you
not
know,
as efficient as you think. That's all I'm saying.
they've only really like honestly just being honest with this team. I mean, the franchise itself. Like how many like attempts have they made? They made like one attempt of support, of, like providing him with support. Have they not? Like how many All Stars has he really played with, or they tried? They only tried it with Dejounte. That was like their one attempt they gave him. Outside of that,
Yeah, and that
everybody
was a
else.
defensive guard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he
that was a
had a
defensive
solid
guard.
team around him. He had Capella, he had shooters, he had defenders. I think the nucleus of the team, what they helped them around him, they got rid of. And I said after that year that it's gonna go downhill for the Hawks. They got rid of shooters around him.
DK Dub, just like how you say for we gotta give these guys a little more grace, y'all give them. I mean, it's just like how long is this carpet that they get? Like, if these guys are 20, if you're gonna tell me he 50, 40, 90, and he averaged 25 and 12,
Well,
it's
you
just
just told
like
me that's not true, though. I misspoke. You told me that didn't happen.
no, no, I'm just saying, like, if he is this level of a player, then it's just like, well, is he? Because anytime we talk about the games, it's just always, well, he don't have this guy, and he needs another one of these, and then we need a center, and the coach not doing this. It's just like if you are a game changer, superstar, all NBA player, which Trae Young has been, you got to look like that more than what a season. If you take out the year they went to the conference finals, the Ben Simmons season, what has he
Yeah,
done in 7, 8 years?
Nothing.
that's what I just said.
I agree, nothing. But again, he's a 6'2" point guard. And you base, and again, how you know how hard it is outside of Golden State. Who else is that? That's the main your key player is 6'2" and a point guard. And today's NBA, that's not gonna work.
Hold on.
It's
To do
not
what though? To win a championship or to be
to get to
500?
get no to get deep in the playoffs. What's some deep teams that had a 6'2" point guard with a liability on defense? There's not too many of them. There ain't too many of them.
How many of?
Where your
How
point
many?
guard is
Well,
is
hold
your
on.
main guy.
Chris Paul did it for 20 years. So I mean,
That's true, but
he's
that's the difference. The
just not a
NBA has changed
liability on
now.
defense. He can defend.
It's true, and that again, that to me, that's Trey's biggest knock. It's not his efficiency, it's not his shooting. Is he's got to play defense. Period. He plays defense. I think that turns into winning basketball. Yes, he's not as efficient as Steph Curry, but he's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. He's not a great shooter. He's a good shooter. He's a great playmaker. He can get guys the ball. Trey's biggest issue is can you move your feet? Are you gonna play some defense? Because like you said, Chris Paul figured it out. Trey Young, again, he has no incentive to
Figure it
play
out.
defense.
Chris Paul is an all defensive defender,
Right.
multi-time.
And right, I'm saying at 6'2", he figured it out. Trey Young can at least be a decent defender. You can't be the biggest liability
Can
on
I
your.
read y'all something? Can I read y'all something?
Mm-hmm.
Bogdan Bogdanovic, Clint Capella, John Collins, Chris Dunn, Bruno Fernando, Danilo Gallinari, Solomon Hill, Kevin Herter, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, Rajon Rondo, Tony Snell, Lou Williams, and Trey Young, led by Nate McMillan. That's a pretty talented team.
Who else is an all
I
star? Who else was an all star outside of Trae Young?
So he has to have a multiple all stars
I'm just
for the
saying.
team to be good.
just
I
one. I mean, at
just
6'2",
So
at
that's what
6'2".
y'all gonna both harp on that. Somebody just
No,
make
I
it
didn't
to the
say that.
fan
No,
voted
no, no.
all-star game. And so we're not worthy.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. The year that he went to the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever that team, what was that team looking like?
That
What
is
was
the
that
team.
team?
I just named
That
that team.
okay to me. That with you got all of that, he got him to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's decent to me.
You act like everybody on that team left the next year.
No, but how many people are there now? None of them are there other than Trey Young. Trey Young's the only one left out of that group.
What does that mean?
They all went places. They got moved. They weren't valuable
Let
enough
me
to
ask y'all
keep.
this. Y'all don't feel like Trey Young is one of these. I don't like players like this. He's a good scorer, but he's a small scorer. Like you just said, how often is that successful in the NBA?
Exactly. Right. His season, that season, there's no other folks that can do that, I don't think. But again, he was surrounded by
What did he really
defenders.
do? Like if we did, he got whooped in the third round. Is what happened. He did make it, but his claim to fame is you beat a Sixers team that, for whatever reason, did not beat you, and you got whooped in the conference finals. It's just like
True.
that's one
no,
of.
I think also when he shows up in Madison Square Garden, he takes over.
Oh, yeah.
So
He kills the Knicks. He
Damn,
kills the Knicks.
what the Knicks done?
True. Yeah. But my thing
but
is,
I
it's
mean, it's a cool place.
it's not
It is.
it's not
I give
about
you
that.
that.
It's
but
still
I'm
Madison
saying,
Square Garden.
but my thing is like the team you named, if they literally somehow or another got rid of all of them for the most part, other than Trey Young, for a reason. So my
Even
thing
the
is,
coach. Even the coach.
yeah, right. And again, the coach had to do with him. Him and the coach didn't get along.
Hold on, but that's my point. You don't think his style of play? He probably got one of the highest usages in the league since he's been in the NBA. He has to have. He's a very Iverson-like player to where I have to put up a bunch of shots to get these points. You know, it kind
He
of
does.
really build a lot of different type of players around. If you notice, a lot of players that do go to play with them, they don't never really get better. Will we agree with that?
Yeah. Because I mean, most of them, like you said, the whole team left, other than him.
Right.
Almost
And
like a
and
Luca,
he's
like a LeBron.
He's like a lead the league in assists guy, Trey Young. But like he don't really make his teammates better outside of the pick and roll
That's
game.
because he's right, because he's looking for his shot. You're right. But again,
Right.
I don't
but
know.
you got to put players
I
around him that he's
oh,
willing to defer to. If I got
time
a
out.
dude out that I know can shoot better than me, I'm more than likely gonna pass it to him.
Hold on
But
now.
if you don't put that around him,
I ain't heard John Collins' name since he left the Hawks.
No, John Collins has been decent for the Clippers. He's been a decent
oh,
player.
that's where I was going to say where he at now. Okay, yeah, the
Yeah,
Clippers.
Well, he
Clippers.
went to the Jazz first
He
and then
went to
Clippers.
Utah and then went there. He been a starter. He
Because I
been a
mean, when he
starter
was
since he
he
been
was in
gone.
Atlanta. He was in Atlanta. He was a 21. He was a 21 and 10 guy.
Was he an all-star?
I'm just saying he was a 21 and 10
But
guy.
but again, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, that could speak to him making. I mean, maybe that's a guy Trey Young kind of helped be better. Is
Look,
if the
Because right
numbers
now he
went
right.
down when he left.
Caleb
Right
over
now,
there contradicting his statement.
I'm just saying he 12 and 4. No, no, I'm just
Right.
saying he's saying he no. Harper said he said who is Trey Young making better. I'm looking at right his stats. With Atlanta, John Collins was 19 and 9, 21 and 10. Since this season, he's 12 and 4. It's a big drop off.
Yeah,
That's all
but
you
is
got.
ho. Is that Trey Young or is that Collins?
But again, I would say that's a little bit of both because you think John Collins is a rim runner. He's a finish at the rim guy, and he benefits from
He
a guy
can
throwing
shoot a
him
little bit.
lobs.
He can shoot it. He can do a little
He
more than dunk.
he
He can
formed
do a
the
little
shot.
more than dunk.
He formed
You
the
don't
shot.
score 21 a night dunking. This ain't Kenyon Martin. This ain't
True,
Kenyon
true,
Martin.
true. But again, 6 of them points are probably lobs. 6 of them, that's 3 lobs. 3 lobs a night. I would say Trey Young
That's
probably threw him
6
at least
points.
3 a night.
Yeah, but
That
I'll say
that goes and that gets you down to 15.
Trey Young more so fits the Capella kind of type of game, or things like that. It ain't more so people that can actually move outside and kind of shoot the basketball and things like that. Like
I don't think he had that in his bag
Bogdan
in
was
He
good
Atlanta.
also
because
averaged 19 a game last season with the Utah Jazz. So you tell me who their point guard is. I mean,
Keontae George, he nice. He's
is
nice.
Keontae George I'm gonna set you up for all of these buckets?
No, he's a 100 shot kind of
So,
guy
so my
too.
point is him averaging 19
that's bad right there.
2-3 years after Trey Young, we still gonna he's a decent basketball player.
We'll see. We'll see if Trey Young gets.
He's averaged double figures his entire career. I mean,
No,
you got
well, I'm just saying if Trey Young gets to Washington and we start hearing Alex Sarr name a lot more, I think that's
hold on,
because of Trey Young.
whoa.
Sarr
If you
killer
listen
now.
to our podcast, we've been talking about Alex Sarr. I like Sarr.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I mean, we do. We that watch the game. I'm talking about it, if he becomes more of a brought up name against the masses. I'm gonna think that's a
He
tribute to
should have
Trey
been
Young.
number one pick in the draft. He's a talked about guy now.
Understood, but I'm
Not
saying
really.
if we
Not really.
start seeing
Not
Sarr,
really.
if we
Not
see
really.
Sarr in
If he wouldn't have gone
bigger.
number one in the draft, he could have went number one.
Not
I'm
really.
not saying he
Nah.
could, but all I'm saying is it's
We hear
that's
Wimby, we hear your white boy in Dallas, and we don't hear about Sarr.
He ain't on their level. He's not on their
Okay.
level. But
Okay.
he was the best prospect of his draft. Like
That was a different draft, wasn't it?
But all I'm
like
saying
you
is
said, with the
with
young
Sarr, if Trey Young can bring more out of Sarr, that'll dispel the whole he doesn't
I
make people
also
better.
find it funny that we laughing about talking about Sarr when the guy that was drafted over Sarr been playing with Trey Young the last few years. So I'm gonna just throw that out there. So we gonna say he gonna turn this one around. You played with the guy that they picked over him.
Right. Well, but my saying is the position though. What I'm saying, the pick and roll with a center is different than the pick and roll with a 2 guard, 3 guard. Like he's gonna be running a pick and roll with Sarr, and that's gonna be hard to beat if Trey Young can hit the shots. That's all I'm saying is Sarr is gonna benefit the
Clint
most from this
Capella, one of the
trade.
best pick and roll bigs in the league, has been for
True,
years.
true.
And
But again,
go ahead, finish that point.
I'm just saying if Sarr starts to get better, it's going to be the benefit of Trey Young spreading the floor out. Like he's never. This is going to be the first time he's played with a spread you out guard, and you're going to deny it and say, "Oh no, he was already good." Okay,
No, I just find it funny for certain players. Y'all are. It's like the guys y'all like, they are the engine for all. And then the niggas you don't like, it's like, get this
no,
nigga out of
I
here. You're
disagree. No,
worthless.
I disagree.
There's
I
nothing
said that
without
you.
this guy. There's
I
nothing but an
disagree.
NBA player.
I said you can't build your team around Trey Young. I said that you cannot build your team around Trey Young, but he
But
can
you are
help
saying
other.
that we should build a team around Trey Young.
I'm
You
not.
how
That's
you
why
gonna
they
give
got
me an
Trey.
argument saying that Trey Young make players better, and then say we
I'm.
can't build a team around?
I didn't say that. I said that if Sar starts to play better, you can attribute that to Trey Young's playmaking.
So who
If
do
his
we
numbers
attribute Sar
go up,
playing?
Oh,
Hold
how
on,
do
who
you?
do we attribute Sar playing better to now?
I don't know
CJ
who his point
McCollum?
guard is, and I don't know who his point guard is. None
Why do
of
we
them
got to limit
average.
it to the
Becoming
point
a
guard?
better
Why can't it
player?
just be him?
I'm not saying that it can't just be
Yes, you
Sar, but I'm
are.
just saying
You just
no,
said that if Alex Sar looks like a better player going forward, we
you
got to
can
give
You
him
can say
attribute.
Trey.
credit.
No, I said you can attribute some of that to Trey Young. That's all I said. You can attribute that to he's a
Okay.
Why?
You
playmaker.
can. You can. You definitely can.
So what
Because
if
he's
Trey
a
Young averages more
playmaker.
I'm
points
just saying.
in Washington than he did Atlanta?
Well, his assist. If his assists stay the
No, I'm
same
just
and
saying.
Sarge,
Let's say he averages more points or assists in Washington. Do we attribute that to Alex Sar?
you can on the pick. You got another. You like y'all said, you got a high level center setting you a better screen that you got. You it's gonna change your defensive schemes. If Alex Sarr is good, like y'all say he is, you can't just hedge out on Trey. You got to respect Sarr in the mid range and closing. So that's gonna change the whole game. That's what I'm saying. It goes together. They're gonna go together. If
Again,
these
these
two play well together, they're both gonna make each other
Trae Young
better.
can play
Both of
with
them.
some of the best pick and roll big men in the league. You do know Kristaps Porzingis been out there too, and he's one of the best
True.
pick
True.
top, pick roll, pick whatever you want to do bigs, and it ain't worked. I know he ain't played a whole lot, but when he has played, it ain't really worked. It hasn't.
I understand. I didn't say that. That's why I say again, you can't base your offense off of Trey Young. You got Young,
Well,
But this is my
Sar.
yeah, but listen, this is the point I'm trying to make. You can't. You're right. To have a successful offense, I don't think you can base your offense around Trey Young. But I don't think Trey Young is very useful unless you base the offense around him.
He can
You got to
pass.
play
He's
off
one of
the
the
he can
ball.
best
pass and he can
passing
shoot.
guards in the
He can
league.
shoot and he can shoot. Like, why
So y'all
wouldn't
feel
he?
like
Like,
Trey Young can play off the ball?
yes, he can
No,
shoot.
no, no. He can, but why would he? Why would he play off the ball? He's a point guard. He's one
But
of the
Point
you can't
guard.
best
build a
playmaking.
winning offense around him, from your words. So why
Because
would we build
that
the
don't mean
offense
he still
around
can't
somebody we
control
can't win
that
with?
don't mean he still can't control the offense having the ball in his hands. He's a great passer. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean he
I'm
got to
not
shoot it.
disputing if he's a great passer. It's just you out of your mouth is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It. You're saying that you cannot have a very high level successful offense with Trey Young being the catalyst of it, right?
No, not the. You can't base your offense around Trey Young scoring.
So then what do you
No,
what,
you base it off his playmaking, and then he can hit shots. That's my point. That's why I think Atlanta was
why has
missing.
that never happened? Why has that never happened before now?
I think it has to do with one scheme and coaching. Like they want him to score, 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 and then pass sometimes. Well, I think he needs to pass first, score when you're open. That's to me is why his numbers. He's forced, like you said, he's not efficient enough to keep saying, "Hey, you need to jack up all these shots." Let's have you
So,
play make
who they coach?
for
Jim
our.
Harbaugh? Who coaching them? Jim Harbaugh? That's what it sounds like.
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying,
I
like I
don't
said,
know who that coach is.
I
I
feel
don't know
like,
who that
look,
coach is.
you run it through it. Like I said, there's players that you know at a certain point of their career in the beginning, they are the focal point. They are the number one. At some point, they transition to be the number two. At this point, I think Trey Young, like I said, he can now transition to being that number two. We've seen him at the focal point. He does make players better around him. Like I said, I mean, it's proven. You can look at certain things like players have had better seasons with him when they play with Trey Young, like a Dyson Daniels, a Bodanovich. Like I said, John Collins. They played their play was better when they were versus on other teams. You can look it up. But I say like this, like I said, Trey, I think you could definitely fit him in. I thought he would be great with the Giannis if Trey would have been
Yeah,
there with him. That would have been a perfect. That would have been a great match. As much as he can pass and he can shoot from the outside, so it helps him on that end. But like I said, Washington is the place he's going. I think he'll help. He will attribute and help to Sar's game. I don't think he'll take away from it whatsoever, and we'll see where it goes from there. Maybe they may trade him off Washington. We never know. But
yeah, because
like I
they
We
said,
got to
will
agree
never
to.
know. Right now, Trey Young's on the bench for the Hawks. I'm pretty sure he's probably gone by now.
Oh yeah.
So, and ironically, they're playing the Pelicans right now.
I mean, I think you got
Okay.
to
Welcome to
attribute
the
this.
stage, Ori.
What's up, man?
What you was gonna say, Harper?
I think you got to attribute this as well. Like, it don't seem like very many people wanted Trey Young right now. I mean, if we're being honest.
I mean, there's a lot of
I
players
think
that
he. I
don't
think
want
he
him.
had about 3 teams that he just
Yeah.
wanted to go to Washington.
Some
It could
people
be
don't want
that,
you.
or yeah, that's.
Washington put out about 10 minutes after that report the other day that they was interested and had already contacted. And then it seemed like he waited 2 or 3 days to see if there was any other names. We didn't hear any. And then he said, I want to go to Washington. Now
No,
he
we heard Houston. Did we hear Houston? Didn't Houston come up?
we said Houston would be a good idea. I still maintain that would probably been the best place for him to have went.
I think
If
it was
y'all
a.
claim he can be Chris Paul in an offense, that's the best place to go.
We will see. Or what you think about the trade?
Or do you know Ori?
My.
Okay, he
The
just
best
left.
thing he ever did was beat us in a game 7. That's the greatest thing he ever did in his life. Other than that, Oklahoma.
Uh,
I'm
I mean,
I'm shocked. I mean, he was Atlanta. Like he was the reason why he filled the seats. All the celebrities that
Yeah,
was
he's
down south,
box
they came to
office.
see him. And
He's
Washington
box
is a place
office
to
for
die in
sure.
basketball. He box office. I don't know if he's gonna have that same flavor in the DMV. Like I
He
don't
is because
know.
I'm.
Like they don't
I'm
come
right
out like
now.
that.
I'm trying to buy me some season tickets.
You gonna buy season tickets to see Trey Young
I might.
for real? I mean,
It's
you
just
probably
new.
get a good deal on them season
I
tickets
think it's
though.
just new excitement to the city. I think it's he come here.
He's fun to watch,
Maybe
y'all. That's one thing you can't take that. He is fun to watch.
maybe he can bring something else to the city. Like if Juju came here, I'm buying Mystic tickets.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's just
that's a little
a
different
flavor.
though.
It's just a flavor that's coming to the city. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we'll see what
We're gonna see
happens.
what he do when he get here. That's we gotta see what he do when he get there.
All I know is Trey Young. You coming to DC? You
Yeah.
got to check in.
Shout
Check
out,
in
shout
with
out.
me.
Of course, shout out to the Celtics for losing my parlay.
Celtics lost?
Yeah.
We can't
Yes.
do that. We can't do that.
This is trap game.
They
I had that
they
on
was
the
up.
list.
They was up when I was downstairs.
Fourth quarter, they went on a run.
Yeah, it was pretty back and
But
forth.
don't
Game.
worry, Spurs playing now, so we'll
Yeah,
let
We
you
the
know how
need,
that
Lakers.
we
goes.
need y'all to win today, Spurs.
Anyway.
Can you do that? Oh, okay. Let's get back to the
Yeah, we know we
Patriots
can.
Chargers.
Yeah, know we can. Like I said, we 3-0 against the Thunder. You surprised at that?
Oh
You
Lord.
still
No,
praying on
hey,
that?
look, hey, Dub, I think you're surprised at that. That's what I want to speak on.
Exactly.
We
You remember you
my
can't
bet
get to
my
the
bet
finals. You
my
can't get
bet
to the
was
finals.
my bet was a top
No,
4
no, we
seed.
ain't talking about your bet. We're not
My
talking
bet
about
was
your bet.
you
We
might as well
not,
send me
no,
my
no.
money. You might as well send me my money
Look,
right now.
look.
Just go ahead and send that
Look,
over.
make it about the bet.
They'll
Yeah.
make my just both y'all send me
He'll
my
make it
money.
about the bet, but he won't
Oh,
make it
yeah.
about what he said.
Make
I
it
know.
what? I prove what? I stood on what I said. Look, top 4
No,
seed
we're
and
not
making the
talking
You
about
ain't
playoffs.
that. We
confident. You
talking
was
about
not confident in your team.
Hey,
What you
hold on,
mean?
guys. Dalton Connect is playing in the first quarter. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Oh Lord.
I'm
Oh
happy.
Lord. That's what y'all
Got
of
my
got?
what the
boy.
G League team.
Oh Lord.
No, it's that to me that just means he's learning to play. Because to me, the only reason he can't be playing is he don't know the plays. It's got to be the only thing. It's like, bro, what? Like, because
Nah,
Catch
it's
he's
more
better
than
catch
than
and
that.
him.
shoot.
It's
Catch
more
and
than that.
shoot.
Yeah,
What
he
the play
played for the
gotta
Lakers.
run around, catch and shoot. What other play?
You're a delusional
Slash.
franchise, brother.
Slash.
Hey, he's in the first quarter. I like to see it, man. I like to see it.
Yeah, LeBron out. So hey, I'm gonna let my man
Hey,
catch
Hey,
and
look,
shoot.
LeBron
y'all
been
see
out a
that too?
lot, and he ain't been getting no burn.
If Bron miss one more game, he's not eligible for All NBA. He break like
He's
a
done.
18-year streak or something like that.
Well,
Yes.
that's getting ready to happen. He's already
Yeah.
let folks know he's gonna miss some more games.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna happen.
All right, what's our next subject? We done with Trigger Trey?
First of all, this is your first day on here. You don't control this, all right?
Right.
You sit back and shut up. All
Respect.
right.
Oh, damn.
He talking about what's the next time. He just
Oh
got
Lord.
32 minutes ago.
He over here doing John Morant celebrations.
Because y'all over here shooting at me. Jesus Christ.
shoot. What was the high school?
Hey,
All right,
look, we
happy
just
New Year.
glad you could make it. We just glad you made it.
All right,
Finally.
happy New Year to you. Hope you've been doing well, man. Any we was talking about the Patriots Chargers. Any words on that matchup? Who you got? Anybody can take the floor right now and give us your thoughts. What you think about uh, this playoff matchup?
Patriots Chargers. Ooh, that's a good one. Obviously Patriots at home. Drake May's first time, young boy. You would think that the
Young player,
Chargers
not
should win
ball.
this game. I'm from Philly. That's just how we talk. My apologies. I'll try to speak more professional in the podcast setting.
Thank you.
The Chargers should win this game. They are the veteran team. It's time for Herbert, who I've been hearing so many years how such great of a quarterback he is, and he is balling this year. I'm gonna give him his respect. He balled much better. So he should win this. He and his team should win this game because the Chargers have a hell of a defense. They got a great coach. Jim Harbaugh's a great coach at every level. And Vrabel's new. You know what I mean? Was a great player. Doesn't matter that New England's at home. This is the playoffs. This is the most wide open playoff field I've ever seen that I can remember in a long time. So really 12 out of 14 teams, if you told me that they won a Super Bowl, I would not be shocked. The only ones I don't believe in is Carolina and well, I'll say 13 because Pittsburgh got a shot. But no disrespect to Carolina. It's just it's no disrespect to them. It's just, yeah, I mean that would be a miracle. What's probably like $5,000 to one for them Super Bowl odds or something like that. I don't even know what it is, but I'm sure it's extremely high. I put a buck on it. But yeah, the Chargers should win this game. Herbert is the veteran quarterback. He choked a couple years ago in the playoffs against Jacksonville. No excuses. And if you're one of the best that people claim that you are because you have a dynamic arm and all this other stuff that people care about.
You've been developed by John Harbaugh.
You know what I mean? Like, then you should win this game. No excuses. Go and win this game. The experts tell me, the greats tell me that he is a quarterback. He is this great of a quarterback. Okay, then win that game. Win one.
I got to see it from Herbert. Herbert ain't got nothing. Herbert ain't done nothing either. Herbert ain't done nothing.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. Herbert, it's time for him to do something, but I don't think it's going to happen against the Patriots. So
I think the trap game is the Buffalo-Jacksonville. I think that's the trap game. I think Buffalo might lose that game.
I think Buffalo could lose any round they play in.
The defense is that bad.
Yeah.
Trap
But
game
at the same time, they got a guy that can change the game.
True. And to me, this is Josh Allen's. This is his year. If he don't do it this year, I don't know, or maybe next year.
Why you not naming the kicker or the wide receiver or the tight end? Why not the coach now?
They ain't played yet. They ain't nothing happened yet.
But
ain't nothing happened yet.
Josh Allen's time to shine, but it's all them other guys. Y'all didn't shine.
I know. I've always said Josh Allen don't have a true number one. I've always said that. He still don't. He still don't got a true number one. He don't. He's never had a true number one ever.
He had Diggs, man.
Yeah, Diggs. Okay, I give you Diggs. My bad. He did have Diggs, but and didn't do much with it. They still lost.
You're right. Sound familiar.
He got a decent tight end. He got some good tight ends.
I like Day now. We getting somewhere. We've been discussing the two-time MVP in Baltimore, how he seems to everything he do in the course of the game, it don't matter because the last drive, he puts us in a position to win. So we like to cue in on every year, the last 4 seasons, it's been somebody else's fault that Lamar Jackson ain't a Super Bowl champion. So I just find it interesting now that we talk about another MVP. It's all on you, brother. It's what you gonna do, what you gonna be. You got
It
to
was
get
all,
it
but it was the same way for Lamar before the game started. It was, hey, bro, you
done.
don't get it done. This is on
No,
you. And
no.
we still said that. It's still
So,
his fault. He didn't
so,
win.
I
so
ain't
no, no,
heard
The
no.
that.
Hold on,
quarterback.
hold on,
Boy,
hold on,
we've
hold
been
on.
talking about a kicker that ain't
Ori,
played all season.
Ori.
I brought that
Hey,
up one time in relation to DK
listen,
Metcalf. It had nothing to do.
Kate up. Go ahead.
Ori, just so you understand what's going on. Do you feel that the Ravens' losses, any of the blame should go on Lamar Jackson for how they playoff runs have ended the last few years?
Four
Should he
years in a row.
for the last 4, just the recent playoff losses? Mind you, in context, we
Hold on,
So
just
I
hold on.
again.
Don't get no context. Don't get no context.
Oh,
Don't get
okay.
no, let him answer. Let him answer.
so
Let me sit my
so
chair back.
so yeah. So full disclosure, I lived and worked in Baltimore. Still got a crib not too far from the Ravens Stadium or
That's big
practice
money.
field in Owens Mills.
That's what you
Nice.
call old school
So
money, guys.
Still got a career. Okay.
I'm just trying to get there. So I have a different feel on the whole Baltimore thing because I feel like they've had a lot of bad luck prior to them even winning the Super Bowl. The year before they won the year before they won the second Super Bowl, dude literally dropped the ball in the end zone. They should have beat New England that game. If you remember, the ball dropped the ball. Like he was
Yeah,
ball was in the end zone. This was before they won the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl the very next year.
I remember that. I
So
remember that.
bad luck seems to follow them. Yeah, I'm telling you, it literally happened. Lamar, should he be blamed? I think he's had some bad luck. However, he's had some bad moments on him as well. The Buffalo game, the 2 years ago in Buffalo, where did he throw like a pick or fumble and went like 99 yards, something like that,
He
right?
did both. He
That
did
was that
both.
was that was bad luck.
Yeah,
And
He
then
did both.
yeah. So he's had some unfortunate things, but he throws the ball, and then last year he throws the ball to his best guy, like his security blanket. He puts it in. Here you go. Put it in his hands. Drops it.
That was
Like
that was the
that's not
same
his
game that he
fault.
fumbled and threw the pick in. That's the same game.
The 99-yard was. I
Okay.
don't know if that was him. I think
Or
that
the
might have
game
been.
you're thinking
That might
about
have
is
been
when
Huntley.
he threw more interceptions in the playoff game than he threw the whole 18 games in the regular season. That's the game you referring to, just to get you up.
Was it? I mean, I thought
Thank you.
he
Thank you.
threw
Thank you.
3 interceptions, and I think he threw 3, 4 for the season.
One off, my bad.
The one against Kansas, the one
He was close.
the one against Kansas City, Zay Flowers, man. You know what I mean? Like that was a killer. But also the play calling was terrible. They try to be different. They said, "Oh, let's be cute. We're gonna trick Kansas City. See, Kansas City think we're gonna do this, but we're gonna play opposite." No, just stick with what you had the AFC Championship game in the crib, man.
But also, yeah,
The
that was.
Tennessee game where King
Hold on. Let's go to the Flowers point.
Go ahead.
Yes, it was a big turning point in the game, right? But it was still
Huge.
that was like the beginning of the fourth quarter. Just started.
I mean, that's money time. 4 up. That's where they walk off the third quarter. In the third quarter, they walk like this.
It is
It's
money time,
Like,
but I'm just saying.
They didn't have the ball no other time in that quarter, Ori. That was the
Now-
only money time.
Now you have to come back in.
I'm saying no.
It's a turning point in the game, but it's just you still got chances.
Yeah, it shouldn't have sank them, but it's definitely a killer, right? I'm saying it's something that's not his fault. So there have been many moments that's not his fault. So I guess you know what I mean. It depends on how you look at it. If you're a bottom line kind of person, you looking at it from if you're at the end of the day, if that's how you vibe, that's your vibe, then I can't argue with you. But if you want to dissect it and really analyze it, then we can have a nice, philosophical, true understanding of like, hey man, like it ain't been all on him. You know what I mean? Like he has shown that he can ball, but he has also, like other quarterbacks. I mean, hell, Tom Brady threw a pick 6 in the Super Bowl too. You know what I'm saying? Like quarterbacks make mistakes. Like that's going to happen. How do you overcome them? You know what I mean?
Or we were
Like,
trying to get him to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like again, for us to now, this is what's funny as well. If we do all this about this quarterback, I won't say his name, but he's only in year 3, and we can't expect with so much out of a quarterback in 3 seasons. When Zay Flowers dropped that pass, that was his 2nd year in the league.
He didn't
We
drop a
glossed over
pass.
that
He
now.
fumbled. He fumbled going into the end zone.
It doesn't matter what he did. He's still the best receiver on that team today, is he
True,
not?
I'm just saying, but there's a difference between
So what
dropping
should
a
we have cut him?
pass
So he
and
have got cut, and we
no.
now
You
he's gonna
just
get Bryce Young.
say next year, brother, you got to do better. That's it. That's all you can
Do you
do.
feel like he did better the next year?
Yes, the next year, Andrews dropped the ball.
And what
That's
else
a,
happened? But no, see, this is my problem. Andrews dropped the ball, and our quarterback threw a pick 6 and fumbled. The next year,
true,
our quarterback
true.
threw 3 interceptions. But no, the kicker missed. The kicker missed the season. Hall of Fame tight end dropped the pass.
How many
Hall of
picks
Fame
did Lamar
running back
have?
fumbled the ball.
How many interceptions did Lamar have against the Steelers last night or the night before that or last week?
He had
One.
one.
one,
He had one.
one.
I mean, that's his mistake. If that you want to say, hey, that's your
That's
fault. You
like
cost us the
dropping
game
one pass, right? That's like fumbling one
But
ball, right?
or missing one kick. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right. But it's
oh, that's
but
but
how that's
at
worse.
no.
what
So
time
your
did it happen? At
turnover
what
is
time
worse
of the
than
game did
my
it happen?
turnover.
Well,
But
so you're saying, Mark, if you make
game?
that mistake, you can never make up for it. Yes, you said if you make that mistake in a game, you can never recover.
According to
No,
you, according to y'all, these guys
no.
can't make up for it because y'all still putting.
Because
We
at
lost.
what
The
time did it
whole
occur?
season was lost because of
What time did
one drop pass.
and what time of the
Not that
game
No,
did it
no.
occur?
you completed 11 passes in the most important game of the season. You completed 11. You are a 2-time MVP, and you completed 11 passes in the whole game.
And it had your
It was
team in
it
position
was
to win.
Right,
it was
and
a
had your team. You could. It
Baltimore
sounded like
Steelers
you could have
game.
had us in
It's
position
a
to coach
Ravens
in the
Steelers
4th
game.
quarter.
Have you not watched football? Ravens Steelers game. That's how it always goes. It's a close game. It's a tight game. Defensive usually is
I'm
dominant.
not
In both.
debating that. But
Okay.
11 passes completed. What do y'all tell me? The receivers dropped all the rest of them, right?
No, he was
Right?
11 for what? He was 11 for what? How many passes did?
18 or 17 or something like
18.
So
that.
that's 7 incompletions for the whole game.
That's 11 completions for the whole game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He completed 7 incompleted.
Yeah,
I mean, he
I know,
completed.
Rob. I don't need you to do that. He completed
I,
11 passes in the most important game of the year. You are a game.
right.
Hold on, wait. Y'all
But
tell me he's a game changer, right? He a game changer?
yeah.
I mean, he put it on. He put him on that game.
He
With 2
did, and he
touchdowns
had him
back to
in
back.
position to
Loss
win.
was not
But
his
you
fault.
got to think, 11 for 18. That is coaching. If he only
All right,
had 7
man. Hey,
incompletions.
look. So now we're gonna
Or is
sit
this
here
what
and
it
say
fixed
that the
the
quarterbacks don't
game?
decide a lot of the plays.
I don't know how for everybody.
No,
I feel
no.
like
I
the
know you don't know.
offensive
Now you're
coordinator.
gonna assume that the coach called all the plays, though. That's what
No,
you're.
they
Oh,
called 18 passing plays. They only
That's what I'm
called
saying. But now
18.
Lamar doesn't have any judgment now over how the game is called either, right?
I don't know if you I
Like
don't know
most
how
elite quarterbacks in the league, they got some say over their offense. Would y'all not agree
they
with that?
can change
Am I
the
speaking a
But
foreign language? Do y'all watch
but
football?
Most
yeah, but I'm saying
most
Harper,
of the
the
time,
coach
you watch
called he called 18 he
But
called
look, the
18
coach
passing
fault. Listen,
plays.
you got this one. The coach's fault, the running back fault,
No.
Hall of Fame
How
tight end,
the
the Hall
coach
of
the
Fame running
coach
back,
called
the number one
18
wide
running plays.
receiver,
Hey,
the
can
kicker
we
that didn't play
Kate
the
can
whole
you
up.
mute Harper?
season.
Can you
It's
mute Harper?
ridiculous,
Can you
man.
mute
Nah,
Harper?
Kate up. He in his mode now.
Yeah.
This guy
I
gonna have a
no,
So
gold. This guy gonna have
no,
a
the,
gold jacket on, and we're gonna have to bring half the damn NFL up here for you to get your award. Because the reason you ain't winning nothing is because of all of y'all. All of
Well,
y'all
no,
that's gonna
no
it
vote.
I
ain't
didn't
over yet.
everything at the end of the day,
right.
look. When you're talking about Lamar, you're talking about a guy who's literally had 3 MVP seasons. He's literally played as the best player in the
No, he
game.
didn't. He got 2.
I said he's had. Last year he was a runner-up.
He said he had 3
He had
MVP seasons.
3 MVP
He
like
had
seasons.
2.
He won. He was
I'm
awarded two
messing with you. I'm
MVP.
messing with
Yes.
you halfway. I'm
So
messing with you.
yes. So yes, so he is the reason why the team was very successful because of his play. Like I said, the game, like I said, what Ori said, the
Hold on,
game, the
wait a minute.
quarterback.
Hold on. I always have to say this. His running back finished number 5 in MVP last year. I just got to throw that out there before we gloss over it. He finished
Okay.
2. He finished 5th. That's why he didn't win the award.
I don't
What?
know if Henry finished that high, did he?
Yes, he. I've already looked this up. He had 2,000 yards rushing last year. Y'all, where y'all think he finished?
No, we can look it up.
I mean, it ain't happened, but so many times in league history. I think it was. He's top 5.
Didn't Saquon have 2,000 last year too?
Yes, he did.
So I think he finished ahead of him, didn't he?
Yes.
Because he almost broke the record for most yards ever.
Yeah.
And like I said, Lamar still had a great season. 4,000 yards throwing, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Okay. At the end of the day, like I said, with the difference, when we're just like looking at everything, yes, did Lamar make a mistake? Yes, he didn't have a perfect game. He threw an interception. But at the end of the day, the difference is the timing of when it happened. Lamar doesn't make these mistakes at the end of the game that cost him the game. He may made a stand in the first and second quarter, but guess what? He's able to continue back on track. And just like I told you, he's not playing them out the game. Like Ori, I gave him the example. Like I said early today. Like Jake Delhomme in 2008 in the playoffs, he threw 5 interceptions and a fumble. That is pretty much where you like, hey, you get all this blame. This is all on you. You cost your team out the game. Lamar hasn't had no type of game
Mhm.
like that in these playoffs. This game, like I said, the last game, yes, it was very neck and neck. Lamar came up in the fourth quarter, did everything he was supposed to do. It's nothing more. At the end of the game is a team sport. You have a kicker. The kicker's one goal is to kick goddamn field goals. He missed it. It is what it is. The coach is gone. It is. It's just the timing. Like I say, he doesn't make these mistakes. And then and it's like Harper. You know what clutch is. You know what it is. It's the when you making the game. When you're winning the game at the end of the game. Simple as that. He's not making those mistakes. So he doesn't.
I
He
give
can't
you
do that.
that.
Yeah.
He does play
So
good at the end of games for the most part. For the most part.
So,
so
so Harper, is the bigger conversation like Harper? You trying to say that Lamar Jackson is like overrated? He's in as good as, or is it like you just want him to at this point like get it done? Like almost back in the day, is like stop making excuses for Peyton Manning, just win something. Is that what you're
I
basically
mean,
trying to say?
because it comes to a point where this ain't basketball or even like tennis, where like you can be
Sure,
the
sure.
deciding factor more so
You
than any
control
other sport. Like,
absolutely,
right, it's 11 on
but they get the
11.
same. But the quarterback is the most important position in sports, so they're going to get
Yeah,
the blame. Like that's just the narratives of how the novice
that's
or the
how
experts. That's how we judge them,
right. That's kind of the
right?
point that I'm making. It's like
Yeah.
he's if you're this good, you're this much of a game changer, this polarizing of a player. And he finished 4th in offensive player of the year. It was not MVP, it was offensive player. I just feel like at the end of these games, they're close. Like, if you're a game changing guy, it can't be 4 seasons in a row to where we just lost because of one play. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a time where you threw 4 touchdowns in a game and the game wasn't even close. You know what I'm saying? If you are this much better, like who this is Steelers, yeah, again,
I,
this is
I,
somebody they play a lot, but like, you know,
but I think
the
that's how
talent.
we. I think that's how we. I think that's how we judge sports. Like here we are, we dissecting and we breaking it down. But I think people is like it's an easy. I don't want to say lazy, but it's an easy narrative to just say this is the reason why. Nobody wants to look at man that 3rd and 7 play. If he had that completion, that would have kept the drive going. That would have kept the defense off the. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to think that hard about it. They just look at he dropped the ball in the end zone. That like it's like the headlines. Like those are the big reasons why. What are the big reasons why? And I think that's what it falls. So you break down all the big reasons. A lot of them don't attach themselves to Lamar. I think like that's what it's about.
Why do you think
Because
that
he
is?
can ball. We know he can ball.
I think what it
I just
is he's on the
Mhm.
on the wrong side of the stick every time.
Right.
Now,
Yeah,
Right.
if he
bad
would have
luck.
won some of those games, then it
Right.
would have been a different conversation.
True. Because like I get that. That's Harper's
Because
point. It's like if you're
we
this game
have
changer, you should win some of these. I get that. I feel that. I definitely feel that. I definitely like if you're
I mean,
this
this guy
guy,
is
You
Hall
got
of
to
Fame
win. You got to
already.
win some of them. You got to win some of them. That's why I think a coaching change was the best option. I think that's if you get a new coach and this happened again,
That coach that you just fired will be getting a gold jacket along with the rest of these people we name it.
right?
Who you gonna
But that
bring
doesn't
in?
mean. But that doesn't mean that coach didn't make
It
mistakes.
don't.
Just
You're
like
right.
Lamar
Yeah,
made mistakes. Because again,
because we could point we
you
could
didn't
point
run
to
the
one in the
ball on second
NBA.
down.
I agree.
You gave Derrick Henry the ball 5 times second half. And again, like you said, Harper, you only called 18 passing plays for your guy. That that ain't
I
it.
agree.
And to
I
me,
agree. I
and
agree.
I mean, and there was a few games during the season they decided to stop giving Derrick Henry the ball for whatever reason. It's like, all right, let's
Well,
just
see,
stop handing the ball.
that's their mo. They do that all the time. They did it last year in the playoffs with the
They've done that a
pass and
couple
things like they
times, and
do it
to
a lot
me,
of time.
that's coaching.
They
For you,
stop doing it all the time.
and I don't. To me, that's coaching. I had to like if you all of a sudden let's switch it up. Let's get cute, as they say, and it's gonna cost you. It costs him his job. But
I just
again,
find it interesting that we don't get cute for 17 games. And then when
no, they did it during the regular season. They did it. He did it during the regular season.
well,
There was a couple of games.
it feels like it's guaranteed to happen around this time of year. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like y'all say, MO. The MO for him has been you don't perform well in the playoffs. Your coach now for the last few years is you're not coaching well in the playoffs. And you're right. Maybe they needed to change the coach. But it's like the Steelers thing with Mike Tomlin. Man, that's all the folk. It's a lot of Steelers fans around here. That's all they talk about. Man, we need to get rid of Tom. I've been picking on him all year. I know, right? Who wants a coach that just make the playoffs every year's career? Who wants that? You know what I'm saying? Be careful what you wish for, because the next guy you get in there might, you don't know what you're gonna get.
And look, and
Harbaugh
I
ain't
honestly
perfect,
think
but
if
Harbaugh
that
is a leader of men, and you
true,
might not
true.
get one of them next go round.
Very true. But I think that kick goes in, they may have fired him. They may have fired him. They could have fired Tom, and nobody would have been mad. Nobody would have been like, "Why'd you do that?"
Then y'all see
Because
the
you have,
graphic.
I
Then y'all
mean,
see the graphic. It said Harbaugh, Tomlin, and Harbaugh. If it
yeah.
went
It's
in, Tomlin. If it went
and
out,
I
it's
think the
Harbaugh.
same is going to go in Buffalo. Buffalo lose this weekend. I think they got a great coach. He gone. He lose to Jacksonville this weekend. They're gonna fire him. They're gonna fire him.
He could be on the hot seat.
could
I
be.
mean,
I,
they
I,
said
I mean,
that
I think,
Harbaugh has got 7 teams interested, and there's only 6 availabilities outside. So that means somebody with a coach reached out, and I
Well,
hope it's Buffalo.
but
it's 7 jobs available.
Probably Tampa Bay.
yeah,
But you got
but
to think
it's
the
the best
Ravens.
job.
Ravens ain't gonna rehire him though. So if it's 7 available, that means I'm saying the Ravens to me aren't gonna rehire him. There's 7 available. That means another team outside of the Ravens are looking for a coach, and I hope it's Buffalo. Because again, I think you put Harbaugh in Buffalo, you're gonna see a Josh Allen and a whole defense. He's gonna have a defense. I'll tell you
Top,
that he'll have a defense.
Todd Bowles already said he coming back. They already talked.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Tampa. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tampa.
Hey,
He
look,
Buffalo.
got through the skin of his teeth too.
We
if the
talking about
Thunder, if the Thunder lose to the Jazz, it's some problems. It's something going on.
Miami,
Something
maybe.
going on. They lose
Miami
again,
might need
man.
it.
yeah, but guess what? You don't see it on no TVs. You don't see it on
Mm.
no first takes. You don't see it nowhere. Let that be the Celtics and see what happened. Let that be the Lakers and see what happened.
There's a difference between small market teams and big
I
market.
mean, I'm
They
just
just
saying,
won the.
but
They just won the
they just
championship,
win a
though, man.
championship.
They're the
They
best
They
team
were
of all
talking.
time, K.
They
Dub.
were talking 73 and what? 73-9. They was talking.
they're on pace. They are
Yeah,
23-1. They're
yeah.
on pace
They
to
might
win.
go 80-2. Kendrick Perkins said that a few weeks ago.
I mean,
They might go 80-2.
but everybody know they're gonna win it. Everybody pretty much know they probably gonna win it again. So it's not. There's no drama
Who?
this year.
Then
Like
we all
They
know
they're
they're
better
going.
clearly the best.
We
not if
all
they
know
play
they're
the
going to
Lord,
win.
Spurs in the playoffs.
Oklahoma.
yeah. We
I know.
said
I
this
Not if
knew.
on
they
the
play the
last
Spurs in the
I knew he was gonna
playoffs.
go there.
If they play the Spurs in the playoffs,
I knew y'all
you
was
got
gonna
a
go there.
problem.
Or you
That's
went
that's
7 with the
different. That's
Pacers.
different.
If the kid didn't fall off, they might not even won
That's
that
true.
one.
That's true. And they went 7 with Denver too. But I
They went
mean,
7
Yes.
with Denver
obviously
too.
Indiana's not getting back there, and Denver, I don't think so. Because because when you win that championship, it's a little different. And I know Denver's won a championship. I know you're about to say that. But San Antonio, yeah, they got their numbers so far. But I think in the playoffs, after many games are played and after the wear and tear, we will see, that
So you
Oklahoma
hoping
defense
Wemby ain't
is
playing
going
is
to
what
put
you're
it on.
saying.
They got that. We'll see how much energy he has in April. Talk to me in April. This is this January, okay? Like, talk to me in April. Let me see. And then the playoffs is rugged, physical. Talk to me in May. I still think Oklahoma City's going to get to
You
the
said
finals. I'd be
Joe?
shocked. I mean,
You said
And
Joe
they-
Wembyama?
I mean, like I said, I feel like OKC.
can't talk about my boy now. Y'all want to talk about him? We can continue that conversation. What y'all think about him now? Yeah, what y'all think about my Sixers? Yeah.
y'all look healthy I give y'all 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Y'all look healthy.
Is it him
You
or
don't
is
have
it
to
more?
play.
Is it him or is it more Maxi?
And don't act like you ain't got a great rookie. That
It's
Edgecombe dude is
Maxey's team now.
nice.
It's Maxey's team now. Edgecombe, he's starting to come down to earth a little bit, just maybe hitting a little rookie. He's still really good, but he ain't what he was.
Nah, he hit a big shot to win it the other day. What was
Yes,
what
he
game?
did. Memphis.
He's still playing good. He was playing like an all-star to start the season.
He plays defense. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He plays
He had
defense.
30 against us game 1.
And we got the little young boy off the bench from Duke. Nail
McCain?
polish, man. Don't even matter. Go and drop them J's, man.
I forgot y'all had him. I
TikTok.
forgot y'all had him.
Yes, sir.
He ain't been playing that well.
Yes, sir.
Nah, he ain't really been playing that well.
He got to get back into his rhythm,
No,
man. I get once he.
Yeah,
I mean, he was just shooting crazy to start the year last year. Maybe he really ain't that good of a shooter, but
for the new year, he's definitely for the new year. He's
we
definitely
saving the old heads for the playoff run. Paul George and Embiid.
You ain't gonna put no money on
the East
that.
is wide open.
just saying. Or I think honestly, McCain need a fresh start. Trade him to Detroit because right now that man, the stats the last 6 games, 2.2, 3, 6, 2, 2. Yeah, I think he needs a fresh.
I like that. That's what Detroit need. They need another guy beside Cade.
They need my boy that got in trouble with the gambling. That's not who was that? What was it? B? They had a shooter out there.
They don't need him. No, not a shooter. They need a creator.
You don't think Cade can create?
No, that's the only one they have.
It's just Cade.
Oh,
you needed somebody else to come in. You know what I'm saying?
Like Cade
got Tobias Harris, man.
Stop it.
Cut it out.
I mean, he was your best player one time.
Hey, is Ivy still on the team?
Yeah,
Ivory's still coming back from injury.
Okay.
He back.
Okay. Yeah, he's not 100%.
Well, that to me, that should be the playmaker right there. It should be.
It should be.
Good, but he's not. So you need to go get somebody, right?
Where do y'all see the Sixers honestly finishing?
I mean, Chris Paul
in the
still out
pecking
there.
order of the East?
Sixers?
Probably about the 5th.
Yeah, where do y'all see them?
5-6, yeah, 5-6.
Okay.
That's when healthy.
So out of
I don't trust y'all's health. Once I gotta see what y'all do when people aren't available. That's because that's what's probably gonna happen. What are y'all gonna do when somebody's not available? What do y'all got? No, not like y'all.
Right? I mean,
not like y'all. Not like y'all. Not like y'all. Not like y'all.
The Clippers? Not like the really? We the only ones? I don't know. The Clippers? They all who does
the Clippers were last in the West for most of the season. I don't think you want to compare yourself to the Clippers this season.
They were terrible last year, and they went on a run. They were terrible last year, and then they went on a run last year too. That's my point. Like,
and then
Dallas,
to the playoffs, nobody was available.
The Lakers always hurt. Like that's to me, that's the NBA. You know what I mean? So, I think we have enough youth to carry the older veterans, and just get us to the starting line when the playoffs start. So I like that 5, 6, 4 seed. I like that.
Why you like that seed?
I like that.
You like
I'm just saying that
you like that to y'all the 5 and Cleveland's the 4.
Rock with that.
Cleveland the 4, y'all the 5.
You know what? I'm not going to sleep on Cleveland.
Then what? And y'all not healthy.
Cleveland might jump to that. Cleveland might jump to that one. Knicks and Cleveland might.
No,
I think they'll
not
end up
this
1 and
year.
2. I know
I
Detroit's
don't. I don't
balling.
think about
I know
Cleveland.
Detroit's balling,
Are
but
you forgetting the team, Ori? I'm gonna
yeah.
let you forget them for few more minutes, but you forgetting
I
the team.
mean, I
I don't
mean,
know how you
listen.
can forget them
It's
being
hard
from
for me
Philly.
without. It's no. It's no disrespect. It's hard for me without Tatum. I'm just no. I'm just. I mean, I like how I feel about Jalen Brown. It's just hard for me without Tatum. If y'all had Tatum, y'all would be the 1 seed probably. You know what I mean? But y'all don't have him.
We
I don't
probably
know.
can beat y'all without
You
Tatum.
can't tell me
But
you
Ori, we
overcome
the
that.
2 without him.
Bro, you can't overcome that. I just don't see it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I
Or we done
don't.
beat everybody. Who
I
we
mean,
not beat? You that
it's this,
afraid of
bro. It's
Detroit? You
early.
don't think we can beat Detroit without Tatum?
Okay.
You don't think we can beat the Knicks?
They beat y'all last year, right? Didn't they beat y'all?
They did. But
With
do
Tatum?
you not? You would
They
be
beat y'all with
surprised
Tatum,
if
right?
we beat the Knicks.
We beat
If y'all
ourselves.
beat them without
No, I would,
Tatum, I would be surprised.
We
If
beat
y'all beat them
ourselves.
without
I would
them,
be
I would be shocked.
surprised.
They
I
Yeah,
would be
lost to the
shocked.
I
Pacers.
would
They
be.
lost to the Pacers.
Why you
Bad.
keep downplaying the Pacers like they didn't make a good run? They made a good run.
No. But
Yeah.
this is my thing. And JR, you one of these people. Y'all swearing down our conference is trash. It's weak.
I didn't
Team
say
really good.
in comparison to the West, y'all are not as good. That doesn't mean y'all are trash. I didn't say that.
But again, if they not as good and the Pacers going 7 with the Thunder and we think they are the 96 Bulls, it's just like, where does that leave everybody else? I'm
Nobody
confused.
said the Thunder were the 96 Bulls. Nobody in here said
A
that.
lot of people are saying that. Like that's a consensus thing. Maybe not the 5 people here, but the billions of people on this rock. A lot of people do think they were going to be that this year.
Until this past week happened. And then that all is out the
That's
window.
my point. That's my point. I feel like me and Derek, for one, have been on that since last year. Like the run that they had it wasn't that impressive. We always do the how was your run to the title? It's like for us to the next year to be like, man, I don't know when they're ever gonna lose. And it's just like they almost lost a few times last year. Like I don't now we just like, oh yeah, they no brainer. They should be there at the end.
I think it's just because how hot they started. They were 24-1. That's the only reason why I think that happened. And their defense looked better
what was
this year.
Cleveland last year?
They were 23 and something. 23.
Like
They hit about
18-0 until they met
yeah.
themselves. Or 12
Yeah, right.
It was like 25-2 or
But
something crazy. Like,
again, it was Cleveland was playing great and they were playing good defense, whereas OKC was on a historical defensive run. Like they were having one of the best defensive teams that we've ever seen last year coming into this year. That's where that came.
that sounds like the team that won the title the year before them.
It does, it does, and again, that's why the points are made.
We had the most efficient offense of all time.
Right. Without an MVP, that's my point. That you're asking why did this all happen? Like you just said, it sounded like the Celtics.
I'm just
It
saying,
sounded like
nobody. All right, so be honest. Did anybody say we were about to be a dynasty? Were we about to win 74 games? No.
no, because y'all didn't start off the season. Cleveland had a better start to the season than y'all. So why would you say that?
I'm talking about the year we won going into the next year.
That was the year. That was last year, right? When Cleveland was started off.
But the talk about us wasn't that we were going to win not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
That's because
how we've gotten to that point with this team.
I don't know. Because again, I think it came from the defensive, like you said, defensive ratings, and y'all had the first offensive
There was
rating as
more to
well.
that. It was more to that. It was how they was blowing out people. It was how they was in the games. Shea ain't played this many fourth quarters. You talking about the defense they put out there, how they trap and do all this other stuff, and all these young guys they got, and then they're gonna be together all these years. The hype was there. The talk was there. Everybody.
But it was warranted. It wasn't for no reason. It was warranted.
Yeah, but
it was warranted. It just didn't come through.
Was it warranted?
You just said it. You just said the reasons. Those were good reasons. To me, that gives you merit to say those things. You got draft picks, you got youth, you got a great defensive scheme, and you started off the season hot. People are going to start talking about you like you're a dynasty. That don't mean it's going to happen. That don't mean it's not going to happen.
But they're going off for like they going off for like they won a championship, but they act like the road was easy. It
Well,
wasn't.
Harper said the road was easy. Was it easy or was it? You just said
Opposite of that. I
Yeah,
said they almost lost. I said the fact that we've already anointed them where a lot of people on this panel today said they would be shocked if they did not win the championship. K-Dub said that he didn't think his team was better than them, or he said he would be surprised.
who's undefeated against them this year?
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
What
have
did I-
already kind of said, yeah, they probably gonna win. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. I understand where it comes from. It's just to me, it's just like in the 7 days now, we like, oh well, that was wrong. You know?
Yeah, what are we talking about? OKC?
Yeah, okay, see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just as far as their record, I just feel like not necessarily getting exposed, but I do feel like ever since Chris Finch got thrown out of that Timberwolves game for that officiating, they've been officiating them a little bit different. They have. The calls is getting ridiculous with them. It's a little ridiculous with Shea, man. Nobody touches him. He throws his body around. Lou Dort, they starting not to call a lot of his little shenanigans. He's starting to get called out for a lot of his legs. They're very referee win us this game. Like, to me, past NBA champions, they ain't been this dependent on how the referee feel tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's coming to bite them. Like, their offense ain't very good. It's not just pure. How many shooters are out here? They have a couple shooters, but they could probably use a few more. Their defensive guys are not great shooters. I think that is going to come and play at some point in time. Like, you got to play Caruso. You got to play Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are not really known as offensive players. J-Dub, he can get a bucket, but I mean, I don't feel like he's a threat to score 25 every night in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
to me, I think that's the issue is the J-Dub ain't back in sync. Like he just came back in. They ain't really
yeah, I give you
they
that.
ain't got it together. They ain't got it together yet. They ain't got it together yet. They ain't got it together yet. But I do think they're gonna be a tough team to beat when it comes to the playoffs, just because of how they play basketball. But like you said, if the refs ain't giving them that whistle, we ain't nobody gonna know.
Well, enough for that. Who won in the Super Bowl? Let's wrap it up.
Who's
Super
winning?
Bowl predictions.
I have no idea.
What's your 2 in and who's winning? Or Eagles and who?
That's right. You know I'm picking.
I know, right?
You know where I'm going.
You don't know no other team. And
Shit,
who they beat?
listen, it's going. It's it's going to be the Eagles.
What I tell y'all.
Listen, you know this is really what it should be. It should
God.
be Eagles and Buffalo. That's what it should be. But it's not going to be because Buffalo, their defense ain't going to live up to the challenge. So
49ers and
I
who?
hate to say it. No, the Eagles, 49ers again going home this
You
weekend.
said what it should be.
Oh yeah, that's the first game. Yeah, that's the first game.
No, the Panthers the first game.
Yeah, that's first game. Yeah. No, for real. I mean, I do give us a shot. You know, no.
We know.
I do give us a shot. I think we. No. Realistically, like I'll be like, I'm not saying like, for instance, the Sixers not winning a championship. I know that. So so I'm be real. I think it's going to be the Eagles. And I tell you, man, the AFC is wide open. I guess you would have to say Denver. They should win it. They got home field advantage. They got a good defense. They should find a way to hold on. I would love to see Josh Allen in the AFC Championship game.
So you trust in
my final answer. Dun, dun, dun. No, defense. I'm trusting Bo Nix. I'm trusting the defense. I'm trusting Sean Payton with enough good play calling. And I say it'll be Denver. They're going to hold on. They're going to squeak by.
Yeah, I can trust.
They'll squeak
Bo
by.
Nix.
I think Buffalo's going to lose the AFC Championship game in Denver because it's going to look like, Josh Allen, he's going to come up short. And it's going to be Eagles in Denver.
And who's going to win?
Eagles in Denver. Eagles going to win that game if it's Eagles in Denver.
I want to hear Ori
if we
say
play
it.
Denver. We're going to win that.
So Eagles
We're going to win that. We play Denver. We're going to win that. Yeah,
Oh,
and it'll be low score. It'll be like 20. 21-19.
Harper, who you got?
21-19. Back-to-back dynasty.
I mean, that don't sound bad. What's that? The 2 seed against the 1 seed Super Bowl? Is that what that is?
Y'all ain't the 2 seed, are y'all? 3
We the
seed.
3.
3. Okay, so 3
3,
against
yeah.
the
We
1.
could have had the 2. We ain't want the 2. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Clearly, y'all didn't. Y'all surely didn't. Y'all didn't play nobody. I know y'all didn't want the
I
2.
tell you, man.
All jokes aside, the Eagles got a good chance. For some reason, just because my personal disdain for this franchise, I just feel like the Patriots gonna make it to the freaking Super Bowl, man. I just do, man. They've been rolling. If you watch them, they look like they hitting on all cylinders. Then the media now, they're trying to put somebody in jail on their team so bad. So,
They be out there wilding, man.
right. You had what the Stephon, now
Now,
the
your boy
line.
in Kansas City wilding, but that's a different story.
Oh,
So what you
Rasheed
got?
Rice. I just seen that.
Okay,
He's
but go
tripping.
ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, I'm gonna probably say Patriots. Maybe Patriots, Eagles, because the NFC is a mess, man. I mean, maybe the Rams, but I mean they might lose to the Panthers. No BS. So
Who you got winning?
I don't know. We ain't got that far.
All right, I'll
We
take
gotta
this.
see. We gotta see who healthy, man. That's
I'll take
always
this.
a factor with the playoffs in the NFL.
K-Dub, Panthers and who? Bryce Young versus Onyx.
Funny. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say this is the year Josh Allen. Because I think if they don't win, if they don't make any improvement, like I said, no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, all that's been removed. The most veteran leadership, most veteran quarterback right now in this stage of the playoffs. I'm going Bills versus Carolina. Hey, Bryce is going on a run. Like I said, and I'm just going off of the track record. The track record shows in history. When J Lo gets a divorce, Ohio State wins the champion. Ohio State wins the national championship, and they play the Jaguars. The Panthers make it to the Super Bowl.
With the first game, my homeboy at work said this mess to me the other day.
It has happened.
So you got Buffalo and Panthers?
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
You for real? You for real got Carolina? For real?
Hey, listen, the last 2 times we went to the Super Bowl, we played the Jaguars the first week. Jennifer Lopez got a divorce. And what was the last thing?
Ohio State won the national championship in football.
But y'all playing the Rams, though.
No. First game of the season.
Oh, season.
Yeah.
Ohio State lost, though.
Ohio State won the championship.
They did just lose.
I'm rooting for y'all. Please beat them.
No.
Oh, last year.
The previous season.
Oh, okay.
2025 season.
Shep, who you got?
I'm looking at the brackets, right? So
you know who in the playoffs, don't you?
Tampa Bay and who?
No, we didn't make it. We didn't make it.
You were so sure. You were so sure.
Yeah, I thought the Saints was gonna beat the Falcons, but it didn't happen. But okay, so I think the Eagles have the easiest path because they're gonna have to. They beat the 49ers, which I think they're gonna beat them.
Nope.
They're gonna have the easiest path to the Super Bowl out of anybody, I think, because you're either gonna get a hobbled Packers team or Caleb Williams in his first playoffs. So I would say the Eagles will probably win or they have the easiest road, and then I think it's gonna be them and the Seahawks in the championship or the NFC championship, and they're gonna beat the Seahawks. So I got the Eagles on one side, and then I really think the Bills are gonna lose first round to Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's gonna beat them. I really do. But hold on. I thought the game is in.
He don't know who he picked.
I know, right?
Do you know the teams that's in it?
I'm just looking at the home and who's away and where they're playing at and everything.
I heard.
And I think Jacksonville's going to take the Bills out because I would say the Bills possibly, but I'm going to say I think the Texans are going to make a run. I really think they can with their defense and C.J. Stroud. I think I'm going to go Eagles Texans, and I think the Eagles win another Super Bowl. That's what I think gonna happen. And y'all finally gonna put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name in Philadelphia.
Oh,
I,
okay. I knew you had a. I knew you had a.
I had an
Go ahead,
Oklahoma
Big.
prospect
Right,
in
I
the
almost forgot
playoffs. You
you had
right?
a
Yeah, I
right
got an Oklahoma quarterback in
here
the
too.
playoffs.
Right, right.
wow.
I had an Oklahoma quarterback going to win another Super Bowl.
A
Hey,
true Alabama
man.
roll tide. He also went to roll tide.
I know.
He went to the team that benched him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They benched him. They
Just
benched him
know,
for Tua.
You know about the roll tide, don't you?
No, I know they beat us, but that's not where he graduated from, sir.
What you about
just
to
know,
say, K Dub?
just know, if the Panthers make the Super Bowl, man, it's gonna be a party in Charlotte and Raleigh. We going crazy.
Riley. Yeah,
It's
that was
gonna be,
funny.
we going crazy.
That was hilarious. Well, my preseason pick was the Packers to the Super Bowl, so I have to keep that going. So I got the Packers. Love
What
got to stay
seed are they?
healthy. 7.
7.
Okay.
Love got to stay
Seven.
healthy.
So they're gonna be on the road every game except the
They
title game.
they playing a familiar foe. So we'll see what happens this Sunday. And then my heart says Patriots. That's my heart.
What's your mind tell you?
He gonna say Patriots. I don't know why he playing.
I'm going with my Patriots
Right. Like, what are we doing?
to the
Patriots
Super Bowl.
Packers?
Yes.
If that be the case, y'all gonna win another one.
So we'll see what
I don't,
happens
I don't trust
as we wrap up.
love.
We'll wrap up with one last prediction. Kirkwood, what's your prediction?
All right, in the NFC, I got the. Let me see. In the NFC, I got the Eagles winning, I got the Rams winning, and I got the Bears winning.
I don't care about that. Who going to the Super Bowl?
Oh, Super Bowl. Oh gosh, I don't want to say it.
I know you don't.
I don't want to say it. My Super Bowl prediction is the Rams and the Patriots.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, a
Wow.
rematch from
We
We,
'01.
what did
Rematch
we
from
say?
'01.
Did we not discuss this and tell you that Josh Allen better, he better make the Super Bowl?
say
He
Yeah,
it
ain't
and
got no,
again.
you're wrong. So
he
Say it
ain't got no
again.
blocker, no Mahomes. There's no
You said the
excuses.
Rams and
and
who?
you're wrong. So we already went through this.
What you mean?
So,
What you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean?
Why is
I
Josh
said what I
Allen?
said. You're
Look, look,
wrong.
Why?
look, look, Derek, look, you hear K Dub. You hear him. You hear
Why?
him.
Why Josh Allen ain't making it?
It ain't
Because he
even the
doesn't
deals. It's Josh Allen better get there.
be-
Okay.
because it takes more than just a quarterback to make it to a Super Bowl.
Right,
Okay.
Kirkwood. It take a tight end, a wide receiver, a Hall of Fame running back, and a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Kicker.
I'm just saying, like it take more than just one player to get to the bowl.
So
Josh
you
Allen
think
ain't
the
got no
Patriots?
defense. He ain't got no defense.
Exactly. He ain't
They
got no
got.
defense.
Hold on, his secondary is one of the top in the NFL.
And that number is skewed.
Yeah, because they got a terrible run defense.
I'm about to say
Exactly.
it's because their run defense
so
is so bad, motherfuckers
It
Right.
don't
ain't.
pass
It
it.
ain't skewed.
No, that's not skewed. I mean, no, it is skewed
No,
because
it's
if
not.
it is skewed,
No, it ain't.
yes, it
Well, if
is.
you know they can't stop the run, why I'm gonna throw it?
Exactly. That
Hey,
makes
Why I'm gonna
passing
throw it?
numbers look a lot better.
Shay just hit the bucket to send in overtime. They up two in
Double
overtime.
Ooh,
overtime?
I don't know if it's double. I think it's just
Gotta
overtime.
be. They've been in overtime for a while.
No, it ain't double. I'm just saying
yeah, they
they
just
showed
took
the
the
shot
lead.
how they got to
Oh, it's
overtime.
over.
They up two with like 2 seconds.
Walter Clayton, yeah, hit a three to put them up two. I mean, to put them
This
down
is
two.
breaking
It's only
news.
one.
I'm glad I got that last clip so I can put that in something. He said the Rams, and I hate to say it, the Patriots. Thank you,
So that'd be the
Jesus.
third time we his prediction is the third time we will see a Rams Patriots Super Bowl. That'd be 3 times.
yep.
Love to see it. And you know what happened?
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
shenanigans.
the Patriots won both. We know.
The question is,
That's crazy.
Well, we know we'll be watching this weekend, starting at 4:30 Saturday when I'm sitting on this couch looking at the Bryce Young lead the way down in Charlotte.
K-Dub, you
That's
going
Ain't
to the
it?
game?
Let's go Panthers.
Nah,
Let's go Panthers.
How much the tickets though? You seen the
A
price?
lot. A
one
lot.
six. Start at 160. I'm cool.
what's a lot though. People
That's
say a
not that
lot. What
bad.
is a lot? That ain't.
160 for a
Yeah,
playoff game?
One
Yeah,
sixty.
That's a
Cam,
lot. That's
Cam
cheap
gonna
in
be in the
Philly.
building.
That's
One
cheap in
That,
Philly.
that's one of the reasons
one
why them tickets gonna be up.
that's very cheap in
one
Philly.
160 for nosebleeds. I'm cool.
That's
What's
very
the
cheap in
face?
Philly.
What's face value about $90, $100 for that seat?
Mm,
It used to
And
be
Trey
like
Young,
80 when I went for the nosebleeds.
I'm me personally. Nah, I'm cool. I
It'll
like
be
you said.
good just to be downtown Charlotte. Downtown Charlotte gonna be fun. Or uptown. You ain't got to go in the game. You just be up there.
I'm gonna be out at Big Al's food truck.
Nah, you ain't gonna be there.
All right,
You ain't
y'all. I'm
gonna be
going to
there.
bed.
All
be
right.
blessed.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
We'll be back
Holla
here
back.
same time.
Shepherd, good to
Same
see you,
time.
man.
Same time. When?
We'll figure it out.
All right, y'all. Just let me
When
know if I can be available. I'm there.
All right, fellas.